off a kneecap, how would it look?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
And good morning to you. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. We are live streaming right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So thank you guys very much for watching there. And thank you, everybody, for listening on our app, which is free and available for you to download in the Google Play or Apple stores. My name is Stick. To my right this morning,
my name is Jeff.
And to my left this morning,
my name is Joey.
And we're very official on this Tuesday. And over there in producer land, we have the one, the only, the ever calm Art. What's up, Art? Show yourself on camera.
Right now, I'm loaded in stuff. Jesus Christ.
Show yourself on camera, Art.
No.
Show Fish then.
Are you trying to hide a pimple, Art?
And then we have Fish.
That's what it is.
And then you got Paige ready to rock?
No, she's not ready to rock.
Art's stressed out this morning.
Art is out of his mind this morning. But let's get into the show. Lots of stuff to talk about.
You guys realize that you're supposed to calm Art down, right?
We try.
Okay.
We try.
Okay.
But yeah, let's get into the show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Malice at the Palace. Netflix is releasing their documentary tonight, so I know what the hell I'm going to be doing.
Yep.
There's also number 1 versus number 2 pick happening in Summer League with Cade, and of course, the one, the only Jalen Green. And then, fantasy football is coming around, so we want to get into the top 10 quarterbacks that you should be drafting for your fantasy football team. Right, Joey?
Yeah, exactly. So we got to learn. We got to take some notes.
Yeah, and one other thing I like to do is go over fantasy football names. So if you have a fun fantasy football name, make sure you're dropping that in the chat this morning. Like we said, lots to talk about. Plus, we got Paige doing some high school football reporting. Joey's news is coming at you. But first, let's get into it. Big game tonight, and I can't believe I'm saying that about Summer League, but really, Summer League has been kind of the buzz of sports on every level over the past couple days. I mean, obviously, Cade got his first run as a Piston. We saw Jalen Suggs last night, had a great first game playing in the Summer League. But for us, it's all about tonight. You have Cade versus Jalen Green. And what are you guys anticipating about tonight?
It's an important game, especially for the Pistons fans. I mean, we had the number 1 overall pick, and the big debate was Jalen Green or Cade Cunningham. Towards the end, it was clear who was the number 1 pick. But this game tonight, even though it's a Summer League game, Pistons fans are going to be watching everywhere. I mean, they want to see these two guys compete. And one thing I'm looking for is not necessarily Cade, because he has to hit his shots. Obviously, he struggled last game from the field. But number 1, I want to see him compete. And preferably, I want to see him guard Jalen Green. That would be make my whole night. If he gets on Jalen Green and locks him up, I think that's what I need to see tonight. But I want to see his playmaking open up, get a couple more assists. But I'm excited to see these two go at it tonight. It's gonna be competitive.
I mean, we saw in the first game for Cade's debut, he was not all there. People were disappointed, and I feel like people jumped the gun on the whole thing because it's his first game. Let him get acclimated to the game and to the NBA and to new teammates. But we all know what's tonight gonna be. Is everybody going to be watching this, judging this? If Jalen goes off a little bit more than our boy Cade does, they're going to be going off on him, saying,
right,
we should have gone up, we should have taken him number 1.
People are already saying that. After one damn Summer League game, people are already saying that. Like dumbass Skip Bayless is out here saying that the Pistons messed up. Jalen Green's going to be a scoring leader in the NBA, which he very well could be a scoring leader, but is he going to be a game dominator and a team player?
And that's the thing. I mean, we didn't just need a scoring leader on our team. We needed a dominant leading player, the type that hopefully Cade Cunningham pans out to be.
Yeah, the guy who could do multiple things. Like if you look at, no one's talking about the Raptors. They took Scotty Barnes, and now Jalen Suggs just had a great game, and that's who we all thought was going to the Raptors. So you can look at the Pistons all you want. We got our guy, and there's a couple other teams that might not can say the same.
Man, it's so weird how one Summer League game and people are already predicting the future for everybody. There was a lot of panic in this city, and it's crazy. This city goes from, we want Cade, and the dude comes out, he shoots 5 of 17, and all of a sudden, oh my God.
We should have had Jalen. We should have had
the wrong guy.
You guys realize whose fault it is, right?
Whose fault?
well, the media and you guys fall for hyping him up too much. You guys could have been mellow and said that he does this, this, and this.
I can't see you, Fish. Put Fish on camera, baby.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
And all that stuff, but you guys chose to hype him up saying, oh, he's the best Luka Doncic. He's going to be really good. He's going to get 45 points a game. He's going to get 5 blocks. He's going to get 8 assists. He's probably going to get 2 points a minute, maybe 5 points a minute, maybe 10 points a minute. He might get a 5-pointer. I don't know. So you guys need to just calm down and say he's good at this and talk about his weaknesses. You guys forget to talk about his weaknesses. Of course he's going to have a game like he did 2 nights ago because you guys are putting him on this pedestal like Michael Jordan already before he even played a damn NBA game. By the way, yesterday was Summer League. Just so everyone knows, it's not even preseason. It's actually below preseason.
Right.
So, you
well,
know,
I think it's okay to
sorry
have
that y'all
expectations
guys-
for your number 1 overall
no,
pick.
you can have
Fish.
expectations. I'm okay with that, but the expectations you put on him are like unreasonable.
It's the number 1 pick, Fish. The number 1, number 2, the top 3 picks or so, you got to have these unrealistic expectations.
You think 20-7? Because that's my expectation. You think 20-7 is unreasonable for the number 1 overall pick?
In Summer League.
Well, I mean, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't drop it on game 1, and you guys are already pooping on him, and it hasn't even been 1 game.
Now, honestly, I thought he was pretty damn
It's
close to
Summer
that
League.
20-7. Obviously, he only scored 12 points, but the volume of shooting that he had, you know, he shot 17 times. If he makes even 3 more baskets, he's up near that 20 mark, and he had 6 rebounds. So he's already right there. So I don't know, man. Like, I get it. Some people said he was the greatest prospect to come out since LeBron James and all of that stuff.
I'm not just talking. I'm talking to everyone who said that he was going to be the greatest, and now they're all crying and saying, oh, we should have been Jalen Green. This guy's not good. Even though he's played 1 Summer League game against people his age from college. So he's basically playing against more college kids.
Right.
But because it says NBA on it, people are like, oh, it says NBA on it. He should be much better than this. Well, it's Summer League, and if you know what the Summer League is, it is people out of college, first and second, third year people.
Yeah, well,
So
do you think
it's
him and
just
Jalen
one-
Green? How do you
one
think him and
level
Jalen
above
Green are
college.
going to match up tonight, or do you not care? Just let this play out.
And I think they'll be both evenly matched.
Okay.
Jalen Green probably have more points, but Cade might have more blocks, steals, and assists than Jalen Green if we're going off the first game.
Yep. And I think that's the
it'll be
difference. Like,
exciting.
Jalen Green's always going to be a bucket. Like, he's always going to put up his shots, and Cade's always going to have those well-rounded stats that, you know, he's going to – if you're playing fantasy basketball, you're going to want a Cade Cunningham because he's filling up every stat sheet, you know. Like, he's getting you assists. He's getting you blocks. He's getting you steals. Like, that's the guy you want on your team. But tonight, you know – these guys shouldn't be too far off each other, too. It's number 1 versus number 2. It's not like it's number 1 versus number 20, right?
You know what scares me too? Like I'm not trying to call people casuals, but the casual MB fan will look at scoring and think that's the main objective of the game. Like if this game finishes tonight and Jalen scored more than Cade Cunningham, I know Cade wants to just win the damn game. He does not give a damn about the stats. I mean, obviously the stats are nice. I'm sure he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, but he's more concerned about just winning the game, and that's the guy I want on my team. Like Jalen might have 25 points, but he's taking that fat L tonight.
And the big thing too is Cade. I mean, everyone's been praising him for his defense. So if we do get that head-to-head matchup tonight, seeing the way that he could attempt to lock him down, because honestly, this is only a second freaking summer league basketball game, and if this does not go well for him, people are giving up entirely on Cade.
What are
Cunningham.
you guys doing though? Like tomorrow morning, let's say the Pistons lose by 5. Are you guys gonna come in and say
No.
Cade's a boss? Done.
No.
It depends on how Cade plays. I'm not going to say Cade's a bust at any point in Summer League, honestly. Like, you know, we brought up Trae Young yesterday. I think he was 0 for
Awful.
like 10 in his first game.
He's
Like,
trash.
Yeah, he was awful, and he didn't really start blooming till his 3rd year in the league. So I'm willing to give Cade time, but what you would like to see is Cade come out and absolutely dominate like Jalen Suggs did last night. Like, Suggs had a great game, and that's what you really want to see. Really, if Cade would have knocked down a couple more shots of those 17, instead of hitting 5 of 17, maybe he hit 7 of 17 or 8 of 17. Nobody's complaining about that game.
Yeah.
Honestly. So really, and he started out hot as hell and then cooled off after they sat him on the bench for a while. So I see him getting to that point where he's going to be over 20 points a game already in Summer League. And that's what I expect out of him. And if he doesn't hit it, okay, cool. It's only Summer League. But at the same time, it's like, this is your chance, man, to put your stamp on it.
Well, make sure you tell that to the other Detroiters who don't see the Summer League and just see NBA.
Right? No, it's crazy to me how people are ready to throw Cade out. And it was like, dude, just a week ago, we were celebrating this dude like it was no tomorrow.
And I hate, people better keep that same energy, because if you overreact like that in the Summer
Thanks,
League,
LeBron.
you can't be jumping. Yeah, like LeBron said, keep that same energy, because in the regular season, that's what matters. And in the second year, it's the years he's developing. Like, I'm not worried about no damn Summer League, but we can't deny this matchup tonight isn't kind of important. I mean, both guys have the same experience in the league. It's not like we can't look at the game. I mean, they're both young, and I want to see these guys go at each other. Like, people are saying they want Killian to guard Green. I want Cade to guard Green. He should want to guard Jalen Green. I want Cade to come out there and be like, listen, I got Jalen. Give me Jalen. Like, I want that competitiveness coming from him.
Well, it also means a lot, too, because of what Jalen Green said after the draft when he was being interviewed. And if you missed what he said, here's what he said about Detroit.
Send a message to all those teams that do not have Jalen Green in their squad.
I'm sorry for y'all, because I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep getting better every day. I'm going to keep perfecting my craft. And every time I step on that floor, Detroit especially, so I'm coming.
Detroit especially, I'm coming. Well, here's your first chance, Jalen Green. Come get some.
Yeah, I don't know what coming means, because the Houston Rockets are going to suck ass for years. So you stay down there, Jalen Green. But another thing is, I love the confidence, man. I mean, what are you going to say? The kid, he obviously has to have, a lot of guys have to have chip on their shoulder to succeed in this league. So if he feels that's his chip on his shoulder, then go right ahead, because we could care less, honestly.
Man, one game. Why they got to do this to us so soon? I feel like the NBA is trying to sabotage Cade. Like, literally, how so quickly are they going to do this to us?
I just think they're trying to get viewers on the Summer League. I mean,
it's working.
Yeah, the first game was Jalen Green versus Evan Mobley, so you had 2 versus 3, and then now you have Cade and
Cade versus anybody. Game 1, you were going to be straight.
Exactly. Yeah. So overall, looking forward to tonight's game. It's going to be fun. Hopefully, these two have many years of battles ahead of them, and hopefully, Cade gets the best of them tonight, just to shut everybody the hell up and calm people the hell down. And speaking of calming down, I don't think we'll ever see that out of Dan Campbell. And after a play yesterday with Amon-Ra, I don't think any of us are going to come down from that. And we're going to talk about Lions training camp coming up next. But first, let me tell you about our friends at Coast Portland. If you're looking for a great gift for you or a friend or just anybody, even an enemy, get them some protective glasses or something. Or you can get them a headlamp. They have cutting tools. Coast Portland, lifetime warranty on all these things. And like I always say, I keep this thing on me at all times now. It's durable. It's awesome. I had to fix something in the studio yesterday, and all I had to do, bring out my knife and kind of adjust it from there, and we were able to do it. So if you want 20% off your order, do it now. WSN20 at coastportland.com.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network. People walking by the window, waving at Joey. There she goes, Joey. We're live right on Woodward, and I can't wait. Coming up this Thursday, our new lineup is going to be here from 11 to 1. We got a show. It's called Big D Energy with our man D-Mac, Joik Bell, and, of course, Neil Rule holding down the middle. And then from 2 to 4, the new show that's coming to the network is called The Bottom Line with Ryan Ermani and Braylon Edwards, and it's going to start Thursday. So make sure you're watching on Thursday. Plus, we got some cool giveaways to do when that show launches as well. You ready for it, Joey?
I am. Big D Energy, freaking fantastic name.
Yes.
And, of course, The Bottom Line I'm excited for. It's going to be Good changes to Woodward Sports just in time for football season.
Oh, man, football. I cannot believe how close we are to football season. We're less than a month away from actual real football, which
Man, we're
is
a couple days away from preseason debut for us.
Yeah, Friday the Lions are are at Ford Field taking on the Bills. And Dan Campbell yesterday in his press conference, he's kind of talking about how they prepare for a preseason game like this. And here's what he had to say about how the Lions are just kind of focus on themselves for this first preseason game.
No. This is just line up and play. They'll have the day before. We'll prep them on just what they're getting ready to face. Like, for example, offensively, getting ready for Buffalo's defense, they're really more of a 4-down structure, whereas our defense is more odd structure. And so they just need to see it and kind of have an idea of what they're getting ready to face. And there'll be a couple of concepts by them. They'll have some read-run stuff on offense that is part of their course. So just an intro to what they're going to do. But other than that, this is what we are comfortable with, where we can really let these guys cut it loose. Plays that they know by heart. They don't have to think a lot and just see what the player looks like.
So there you go. I mean, they're going to keep it pretty basic with the play calling. He said starters will probably play the first quarter, which is awesome.
First quarter.
Yeah, usually the first preseason game, you're only getting like a series out of your starters. But he said, the majority of them will probably play the first quarter. And he's going to keep the play calling comfortable, stuff they know. We're not going to get off the radar with a bunch of crazy gadget plays and stuff like that. So if that's what you're looking for, Friday night is not for you. But if you're looking for a bunch of grown-ass men lining up and hitting each other and hitting the man in front of them, that's what we're going to see against the Bills. What are you guys looking forward to seeing Friday night?
I'm looking forward to see two things. One, Amon-Ra St. Brown, especially after that hurdle that man did yesterday. If you guys saw that on tape, it was a CUDA. They put him on a poster. You know what?
Why they do that to him?
I know they did him dirty. I love Amanda CUDA, but that video, man, it was nasty. He cleared him. But the other person I'm looking for, a rookie that possibly will start this week, Aleem McNeil. He's a nose tackle, solid nose tackle. Dan loves him, and he calls him Twinkle Toes. That's his nickname. And you know what's crazy? He's not the only one who calls this man Twinkle Toes. I think Deshaun Hand, lineman for the Detroit Lions, calls him Big Dancing Teddy Bear, and then Aaron Glenn calls him Dancing Bear. So like all the names are referring to his ability to be quick as a big fella. So. And we have never really had a solid nose tackle. I mean, we had my man Snacks here, but that was a short duration. But I'm excited to see Aleem McNeil and these wideouts touch the field.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. You said it. The wide receivers. I mean, that's the biggest concern I have going into the season, because I'm concerned about not giving Jared Goff the right targets and the right fair opportunity to come on out and at least have a chance to succeed. I'm not saying we're going to be a playoff contender, but I'm saying at least be a good offense and have some flow and really get to showcase Jared Goff and his talent. So, I mean, we see it with Amon-Ra right now. There's been a lot of talk about, obviously, Cephas and Perriman, and Tyrell Williams has been a really highly talked about player. So seeing the wide receiver core is going to be my biggest to look at.
Yeah, how that offense is clicking, because I think the defense will come together and, taking on the Bills, and they got a good offense, man. I don't know how much Allen is going to play, so really just kind of shutting them down on defense. That's what I want to see. How our new 3-4 defensive scheme is going to work. Who's got their hand in the dirt? Who's standing up? And where they're sending pressure from. But you mentioned that hurdle by Amon-Ra. If you guys haven't seen this, watch this video right now. And even Golden Tate retweeted it saying, "I love this guy." So I love that about it too, because I think we're all Golden Tate fans up here. Look at this, with the epic music and everything.
Whoop! Jesus, man. He absolutely cleared him.
And I love how he turns midair to look at him, too.
Man, I don't want to see what Aaron Glad made those boys do after missing that tackle.
That was on Okuda?
Yeah. 23, baby.
How could have switched his number this year.
Man, I love that, though. Amon-Ra coming out and doing this to a sophomore.
Right.
He doesn't care. Just comes on out and does it.
To the number 3 overall pick sophomore.
Yep.
You know what that shows, though? Like, his ability to quick react. Like, he's done that twice now in training camp, is hurdling guys. And, hurdling, it's nice. You can risk a lot of things when you're up in the air like that. But, man, like, that shows the reactionary, these guys have. And Golden Tate loved it, the Rat King. So, maybe he'll come back to Detroit.
Yeah, my biggest problem with it is Okuda's tackling with his head down, just diving, and that is not form tackling. That'll get you beat almost every single time. So, as much as we've heard about Okuda playing better this season and getting some better coaching, and he's got some things underneath him this year, and like he said to Corey, hey, man, I got tools in my tool belt that I wish the other coaching staff would have gave me last year. Pretty sure that was Matt Patricia coaching him on a dive right there. That was not Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell would never say, dive with your head down so you do not see who you're trying to tackle. Let's watch that. Can we watch that one more time, Art? That's amazing to me.
Let's see the form on this tackle.
I love it.
In slow-mo.
Yeah, that's the best part is they put it in slow-mo and put the nice little music behind it.
Oh, he was already falling as he was coming at him, then. That was a sloppy tackle.
That was a sloppy tackle.
I mean, he didn't even...
But you love to see it out of your 4th-round pick. We've talked about how physical he is coming off the line. We've talked about how blocking is going to be a major part of his game. And everybody's been ripping on our wide receiver core. So it's nice to get some highlights out of the wide receiver core from camp.
Yeah, no, they didn't show it in the video, but he punted the hell out of that ball after he did that. So
really?
It was hype, yeah, but... It's just stuff this is stuff you want to see. I mean, guys making plays in training camp because... Like Joey was mentioning earlier, it's such we don't have a wide receiver core. I mean, to be honest, it's still it's still unproven, and we're still trying to prove these guys like Tyrell Williams. I'm excited to see him touch the field. Amon-Ra St. Brown is another one, but just getting these guys on the field and getting them reps. That's why I like how Dan said that they're going to play the whole first quarter because it's going to get these guys acclimated quicker. The rookies are going to get acclimated, and it's going to give guys like Okuda, a chance to go out there and guard wide receiver 1. Maybe he'll take on Diggs a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah, I'm also interested to see our running game, watch our offensive line, see how they block, see how they move as a unit. Like that. Honestly, this whole preseason, there's everything to watch. Mm-hmm. Honestly, the linemen you want to watch, the quarterback play you want to watch, the running backs you want to watch, wide receivers, because they're all question marks at this point. Nothing is set in stone, and we really have no idea how these guys play together to this point.
And that's the scary part. I mean, we got to look at literally every single position right now for us. So as a team, I mean, we got to look at our running core. We got to look at the wide receivers, especially a huge focus on our defense. So it's scary, but at the same time, it's going to be exciting to see this because we're in for a surprise this season.
Are you guys going to the game Friday?
Actually, I might. I did.
Really?
I got an invite the other day, so I'm going to see if I go out.
I'll be watching from my couch.
Yes. Yeah.
Dang, Joey, you'll be there?
I like watching football more at home.
Yeah.
I really do. Like I like going RIP to Eastern Market, but I like going to Eastern Market shed and watching the game and being at the tailgates, but I love, honestly, being at home watching it the most.
Yeah, I'm kind of an at-home game watcher, too. I love going to the games, but I just feel like you miss so much during the games. Mm-hmm. But while you're at the game, you're able to watch different things than they show you on TV, which is kind of cool. Like, you can watch the offense come off the field after a rough series, sit their ass down on the bench, talk to each other. You see the players interacting with each other. I like that aspect, but I always feel like when I'm at the game goes by so fast. Mm-hmm. When I'm at home, it's like, oh, all right, commercial break. Cool. I can take a break. I can go do this.
You could see like Dan Campbell going off on the sidelines. Like there's so much you could see while being at the game.
And you could order a pizza without spending $80. So you know what? I like that too.
Well, but the one thing you do miss is the Biggie Bagel, Cuppy Coffee, and Dashing Donut race. Sure. So
do they still do that? I haven't been to a game in so long.
I didn't go last year, obviously, but I hope they still do that. Like that's one of my favorite promotions ever because there's always the one guy in your section that's going way overboard, rooting for his section to win. Like, come on, Cuppy Coffee! Come on, Cuppy Coffee! You can do it! And he's just screaming and yelling. Right. And then Dashing Donut takes him out right at the end, and everybody gets all pissed off, and Section 220 gets free bagels. Like, I love that promotion.
I'll take the free bagels.
I've never won anything like that at a game.
That's because you always get good seats. Like,
no,
haven't you
really
noticed?
Don't.
Like, all the bad seats usually win.
Yep. That is correct.
It's like, all right, you guys, you deserve a free pizza or something like that. Like,
you guys need it.
Yeah, you can't afford the good seats. Here's a free pizza.
That's what pisses me off about the cheerleaders. Every time, like especially at a Pistons game when they go up there rolling around with the pizza, like, who wants this pizza?
Right.
They're always going down to the lower seats. Always.
Yeah, I just like making an ass of myself, and then they just walk right by you with it, and you're just like, give me the pizza! And they just walk right by you and ignore you. So, yeah, Friday, first game of Dan Campbell's career. We'll call it a preseason game because that's what it is, but it's the first time he's going to step on Ford Field as the head coach. So I think we're all looking forward to that, and we're going to cover that more throughout the week this week. And coming up next, our man Joey has all the latest news updates that struck yesterday and this morning from NBA, MLB, NFL, NHL, DCFC, and so much more right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
So, the Detroit Lions got a new addition to the squad after his workout yesterday. The Detroit Lions signing veteran quarterback Nikhil Roby-Coleman. And this is going to be a good addition. I was watching some of his tape, and, I mean, that's what we need right now is an addition to our cornerbacks and defense, because especially with Okudah, a lot of questions around Okudah. Now we got a little veteran that could kind of lead this defense.
And we got a couple guys out, I think. Quentin Dunbar's out with personal issues. He's been out for like 2 weeks, I think. And then Corn Elder, one of our signings, is down. So it's a great depth move. I watched him a little bit on the Eagles last year, and you know he's a decent corner, and that's what we need. Improve the secondary.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I was trying to put the blinds down inconspicuous, but Jeff cut his thought too short, so we couldn't get the blinds down off
I was looking
camera.
at him like, just keep talking.
Keep talking, Jeff. Keep talking, Jeff. But, you know, the sun's starting to come out this morning. It was raining. And we will always want to have the blinds open so you guys can see Woodward right behind Joey, but the sun just sometimes doesn't allow it to happen. But either way, yeah, I'm excited about that signing. I think it's a good move for the Lions.
The secondary has to get better. I mean, let's just get that clear from last year.
Well, that's the thing on defense; they can't get worse.
True,
that's one thing that I've been arguing with people about the Lions' record and where they're going to be this year. And everyone's like, "Oh, you know, they're not going to win." They won 5 games last year, and their defense was absolute trash. Like the worst, history-setting worst defense. So even if it's like 4 steps better, I'm talking like ranked 28th, that should account for another win or so, right? You would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as the offense could keep the defense off the floor, unlike last year, I feel like our defense is always on the field.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
That's part of it. You know, if your offense can't put it in the end zone, but at the same damn time, it doesn't matter if your offense can't. You can't be ranked 32 in the league.
Yeah. See, but I think if your offense is always putting your defense back on the field, you're destined to be lower on that. Just statistically, it's more time out on the field as a defense. It's just there's no momentum. There's so many things not going your way. So hopefully our offense could keep them off the field this season. And this veteran, I'm looking forward to seeing lead the defense as well.
Yeah, it'll be good.
And how about this? Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady releasing debut set of NFTs.
That is crazy.
Tom Brady.
And he's part of, like, it's his company, too.
Yes.
Like, Tom Brady, I think it's called Autographs or something like that.
So
Just
Autographs' first preseason pass collection dropping on Wednesday, featuring Brady, Wayne Gretzky, Tony Hawk, Naomi Osaka, Derek Jeter, Tiger Woods. Not a single name he could have left off of that first
It's almost unfair, though. Like, Tom Brady has such an advantage being Tom Brady to where he can get all these NFTs and nobody else has access to them. Like, all he's got to do is sit at home and sign a bunch of shit. And next thing you know, he's got an NFT company.
But, I mean, it's not an unfair advantage because it's something that he created.
Hey, give me the Tony Hawk NFT. All right, that's what I'm interested in.
I get that Naomi Osaka, you know, is going crazy.
Yeah, maybe.
Come on, you know damn well, especially after all the news lately, she is 100% going to be the one that goes wild off of that one. But Tom Brady adding another thing to his plate because this guy is going to be doing it all. Imagine Tom Brady once he's retired and he has time on his hands.
What is he going to do with his life?
Dude, he's going to do so much. I guarantee it.
Watch him just get fat and lazy.
Impossible.
Wouldn't that be hilarious, though? Like, 20 years from now, like, Tom Brady looks like what's his name from Dodgeball? The Globo Gym owner. What's his Ben Stiller.
Oh, yeah,
he looks
Ben
like
Stiller.
Ben Stiller from Dodgeball.
Yes, he does.
Like, he's all ripped right now, in shape, but then you see him at the end of the movie just like, Chuck Norris. Yeah.
God, that ending was hilarious.
That would don't let that happen to Tom Brady.
No, please.
His wife is too hot to ever let that happen. There's no way. He's always got to compete with his wife alone, so there's no way I see that happening.
Giselle leaves him.
As soon as he retires, she leaves.
It ain't going to be leaving him for his money, that's for damn sure. Frank Jackson will be returning to the Detroit Pistons. This was good news yesterday. Signing a 2-year deal with the team. And you look at Jackson last year, earning his way into the rotation, 40% three-point shooting and nearly 10 points per game. I mean, he did his role. He stepped up and honestly even exceeded my expectations for him. So I'm excited that he's not leaving the organization.
Yeah, you kind of got that vibe when Dwayne Casey was in here talking about, the future of the Pistons and all those guys. And, he brought up Fred Jackson quite often, as well as Saban Lee. So you kind of got the feeling that those guys were going to get signed because he went out of his way to include Fred Jackson in our conversation. Frank Jackson, sorry.
And it just goes back to Dwayne Casey bringing back the guys he likes and bringing back good people. I mean, we got Corey Joseph already. We got Killian Hayes, Frank Jackson, just strengthening the guard room. These guys can play, point guard or two guard. So I don't have a problem with it. I like Frank. He's a solid player. I mean, when he came from, I think he went to Duke University. I watched him a little bit in college. So he's a smart guy. And you need guys like that on your team, just smart basketball players.
What I love, though, is, us bringing back these people that we had, because it's showing that coaches saw something in them last season, and it was all the player development. I mean, we were not a great basketball team last year, but they're seeing potential in a lot of our players and bringing them back and then adding weapons like Isaiah Livers and adding weapons like Cade Cunningham and Luka, to just name a few of our recent additions. But Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
We just talked about him hating on Cade Cunningham. Here's a short clip of Skip Bayless believing that the Detroit Pistons made the wrong pick after just one Summer League game and should have gone with Jalen Green.
I know it was just the first Summer League game, but I thought Jalen Green started making a statement that Detroit made the wrong pick at number 1, taking Cade Cunningham. Jalen Green,
Already? Already. I get you saw Jalen Green go off game 1, and I get you saw Cade Cunningham honestly play like trash game 1, but it is the first game. Let them get acclimated to the NBA before you start saying stupid shit like that.
But that's what Skip Bayless gets paid to do, is say stupid shit. I mean, and that's one thing, people around here, we could do those dumb hot takes all day just to cause argument and shit like that. But first of all, it's not authentic. Second of all, it wears off after a period of time to where nobody takes Skip Bayless seriously.
If you had one hot take right now you could do about Detroit sports, what would it be?
If I wanted clicks?
Yeah, clickbait.
Oh, that Dan Campbell's ruining the culture here. Oh, my God, he's so immature. And you've seen national media try to take that narrative and run with, this guy, he hasn't even won one game. Why is he acting like this? And, we could do that all day. But 6 months from now, I won't be able to keep that bullshit up. That's the problem. What's up, Fish?
How do you know Skip Bayless didn't have the same mentality from day one?
Because I've watched Skip Bayless for many years, and that's just what he does.
No, on Cade Cunningham.
Because I've watched Skip Bayless for years, and this is what he does.
Yeah, he wasn't against, like seeing him leading up to the draft, he wasn't against Cade Cunningham the way that he's trashing him right now.
Right. And to your point, Fish, it's one game. So you're okay with Skip Bayless taking that leap, but Detroit...
No. I'm just saying that if he were to say that from, when we got the lottery pick, right? From the lottery pick, if he were to say, yeah, Detroit Pistons, because, after the lottery we knew they were going to pick Cade Cunningham, he could have said, Cade Cunningham's a very bad pick. If he would have said that from day one, I would have been okay with what he said yesterday, because he didn't want Cade Cunningham in the first place. He didn't do good in the first game, so his argument would have been correct.
Right, but anybody who's throwing the baby out with the bathwater after the first game is that's just lazy takes. That's all it is lazy takes and just trying to get clickbait. Because there's not a ton of sports to talk about right now, really. And this is kind of the dull era in USA sports, real sports. But like last night, there were no games, no Detroit games at all to talk about. So
yeah, not even a Tigers game.
No Tigers game, no nothing. So I mean, people are trying to manufacture some things right now, and just that's what they do, and that's fine. They could do it, but also understand that you have no credibility ever.
And this shows like Skip Bayless is a man of sports. He watches sports, but he clearly doesn't watch anything like local, like Detroit, any of these things. Like, he did not watch that summer league game. I'm sure he checked, but if he really is going to overreact like this, Skip, please keep that same energy. It's the same thing. Like you can't
Thanks, LeBron.
You cannot be overreacting over one summer league game. That is, he's been doing it for so long. I mean, I can't believe he's that dumb.
See, the thing about that hot take though is he knew what he was getting the day after. He knew that you were going to get Jalen Green facing off head-to-head with Cade Cunningham. So it's a 50% chance Cade could come out and play like trash, and he looks like a hero. Oh, I told you so. Or hopefully Cade comes out and defends this, because I do not want to hear all this backlash tomorrow morning.
Yeah, no, you're seeing everybody in the chat right now. Skip equals a trash can. Why would you watch Skip Bayless? Skip didn't say anything about that before the draft. And yes, Corey does still work here at Woodward Sports.
There's always one.
He's our Lions insider, so he's always at training camp and reporting. So if you want to read Corey's articles and watch his videos, make sure you go to woodwardsports.com.
And how about this? Luka Doncic agreeing to a 5-year, $207 million Supermax rookie extension with the Mavs. Ain't nobody arguing with that. He deserves his money. He's proven it, but that's a lot of money.
They've been handing out $200 million contracts like they're free in the NBA right now. It's crazy.
Wink, 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 $950.
I don't think I've seen in a while a guy for his first qualified contract get $200+ million. I mean, that shows, number one, Mark Cuban loves the hell out of you, and then number two, you're a pretty damn good player. $200 million for your first contract. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
well, a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
You guys are pissed at them handing golds. You're not pissed at them handing $200 million contracts. Seems like they're flying off the shelves.
Yeah, well,
we
people
earned our
earn
goals.
that. Yeah.
Okay, what tells you the high jumpers didn't earn it?
Fish, we're not going to talk about this high jump thing for the next month.
You don't understand.
The fact of the matter is you
jumped.
shouldn't split gold medals, because that proves that you're not the best.
Well, they were the best.
No, they weren't. Otherwise, there would have been one champion. We've been over this.
Okay, well, there's exceptions. There's exceptions to rules in life. You know that.
Fish, can I ask you one question? Would you take $200 million or a gold medal?
Depends what the gold medal is in. If it's like for my country, I'd probably take the gold medal.
Well, it is for your country.
That.
What?
Yeah,
well, okay,
you
but
for another country?
What do you mean I respect that?
I don't.
Because I'd taken $200
that
million.
honestly was worse than a Skip Bayless hot
I know,
take.
I'm
What the
taking that
hell
$200
are you
million.
saying?
It depends. If I, have enough money and whatever, I would easily take the gold medal.
No, Fish, right now. This is a decision you have to make right now. You're taking that
Fish
gold
is
medal.
balling ever since we gave him that signing
Easily
bonus.
Shut up. Easily gold medal.
Okay.
Fish does not value money like the rest of us.
Yeah, $200 mil. I'll see ya.
I choose happiness over money.
There you go.
Hey,
A lot of people say
that's a great answer, Fish, and that's tough to argue.
A lot of people say, "Oh, money makes you happiness." To an extent, you need money obviously to survive. But once you have a certain amount of money, you would rather have. Well, some people wouldn't, but most people would rather have happiness over money.
Yeah, I'd take $200 million, then I'd go try for the Olympic medal. That's exactly what I do.
the game.
That way, if I didn't get the medal, I still have $200 million to fall back on.
True.
Joey, is that it for your news?
Lastly, I got to give a shout out to our 54-60 Detroit Tigers taking on the Orioles tonight, 7:05. We got the night game, and Miggy is on that chase.
Let's go.
2 more until 500 home runs, but he's got to wait until this weekend, because I do not want him to hit it not in Detroit.
Sad news for you. I think he could, if he were to hit one. This is a pretty short ballpark.
Yeah. But hey, I want you to go and support my people over at northwesterntech.edu. That's the website where you can check out everything you need to know about your new career, because this is a career where it's only a 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program, and they are the HVAC school that works. So if you're thinking about a new career, check them out right now at northwesterntech.edu.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
really looking forward to that show. The Bottom Line with Ryan Armani and Braylon Edwards. It starts Thursday, 2 to 4, right here on the Woodward Sports Network. You can watch it live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Or you can listen to it live on our app, which is available for download right now. Just go to your app store and search Woodward Sports Network.
It's the bottom line.
Doesn't even go together.
I know.
I love that energy, though. I love it.
I like
excited. I'm feeling it.
We have Miss Paige in here from Central Michigan University, and she is going to update us with a story. Plus, you did some high school football stuff that we're going to talk about too, right?
Yes, I did. So
Yellow looks good on you, by the way, Paige. I like yellow on you.
thank you. I knew it was a rainy day, so I thought I'd brighten up the studio a little bit with my bright yellow dress. Thank you. But high school football did start yesterday, and I went out to Livonia Clarenceville High School to see how they started out their season at a whopping 12 a.m. So if we want to take a look at what I did yesterday night.
Yeah, it's midnight practice.
It's called Midnight Madness. You're going to see what it is right now.
Wow.
You should savor the moment and not take anything for granted.
Do you think Midnight Madness gets you hyped for the season?
Oh, yeah. This Midnight Madness is what brings it all together. It's first practice.
Hi, my name is Paige Meyer. I'm here with Woodward Sports at Clarenceville High School, and I'm covering the kickoff of the 2021 football season at their Midnight Madness football practice. I'm here with the head coach of Livonia Clarenceville High School, Coach Meyer. Now, we are here a little past midnight at your guys' Midnight Madness practice. Can you tell us a little bit about what Midnight Madness is and how long you've been doing it?
Well, about 15 years is how long we've been having midnight practice. We didn't last year because of COVID, but we're back on. And we started at exactly midnight. The lights came on, as you guys can see. And our kids are just so excited about football season that they want to get it started as fast as possible. And by the state rule, today's the day, so midnight is today, and we're on.
So with the season starting tonight, how is this year going to be different than last year due to COVID-19?
Well, last year at this point, the season was canceled, and I had to tell 40 crying boys that our dreams were over. So right now, just being able to hold this is a win. One of the things that I am going to miss about last year was that every practice, we didn't know if there would be another practice or another game. So the kids really came to learn, like, this is something special. You should savor the moment and not take anything for granted.
Do you think Midnight Madness gets you hyped for the season?
Oh, yeah. This Midnight Madness is what brings it all together. It's first practice, 5 hours long, 12 to 5. I mean, everyone just gets going. It's like draws us into the season. So, you know, we're out here midnight. So we literally start at the first day we possibly can, the first minute. So, I mean, this just gets us ready, prepared for the season.
Like the energy we got here and like being under the lights, it's like a good feeling because I haven't seen the lights on in a minute. So, and by being my senior year, it's just like, it's a lot of reminiscing being down here. So I like coming out here at nighttime, especially just to see everybody's face and, you know, just to take it all in because I know this probably going to be my last ride.
I'm really excited for the season to start because, you know, everyone on the team put a lot of work in on the off season, and it's nice for everything getting back to normal because we were restricted from doing a lot of stuff. So
yeah, it's my last first practice. You know, everybody's hyped up, everybody's live, the lights are on. It's like 12 o'clock. You know, everybody's lit. Yeah, it's a nice practice.
Now this practice gives me hope for a normal 2021 football season. I wish Livonia Clarenceville the best of luck. Go Trojans!
Woodward Sports, let's go!
I love the ending of that video, Paige. Great job.
Thank you. It's my first time I ever did something like that, so I was kind of nervous to go out there. But
to convince those guys to say that, man, I give you credit because that was dope. That was sweet.
I had a line of questions that I asked each of them. I had to kind of sort through some clips. If you see some cuts, I had to make sure that they sounded pretty official and pretty good. But they were all really nice, and those were the 4 captains of the football team, so cool. They all kind of knew what was up. They've been there for 4 years. A lot of them have been starting since like they were freshmen, so they were all pretty cool guys to talk to. I was glad that I got the opportunity to go out last night.
Yeah, well, we love high school football. Joey and I are planning on doing live high school football broadcasts right here on the Woodward Sports Network with our boy Chad Bush and the prep. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be out all season long. I believe we got 10 games on the schedule this year that we're going to be broadcasting live from. So if you want your school or you guys want us to be a part of a game that you're going to be a part of, let us know because we're putting together the schedule right now. And, you know, maybe we should hit up Clarenceville.
I think that they would actually love that. The boys would, when I told them, I was like, hey guys, I want you to say a little Woodward Sports, let's go. They were like, oh, we're going to be in a commercial. They all like ran over all really giddy. Yeah, they were all really dope. So I think that they would absolutely love that if you did that.
That's such a cool thing too. Midnight practice like that. such a cool thing for them to be doing every single year.
Yeah, a lot of schools have actually picked up on it too. Like, it's been going on for a while, and why not? It's a great start to the season. I think it gets everyone hyped up too. They're like, as soon as we start, let's get started, let's get rolling, and that's exactly their mentality. They just want to get back out there, especially after COVID and everything being canceled. I think that everyone's just really trying to get involved again and get out playing because we were doing nothing for so long. I think they're all just excited to get back out there.
Did I hear you right where you said it was 5 hours long though?
12 to 5 a.m.
Yeah, you can't let that slide. You got to bring that back up. Why is it 5? Why?
I don't know exactly why they chose
All
those
I think
times.
of is practice.
Because they know I'm up from that time.
Yeah.
See, they learned from me. I told you they learned from me.
It's like the AI, just like Joey said. It's practice. I don't get it.
Listen, man, in high school, I would practice anywhere, anytime. You told me to be there at 5 a.m., I'm going to be there at 5 a.m. You tell me to be there at 2, I'll be there at 2.
Would you be there 12 to 5?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, you've been waiting. These kids have been waiting like 2 years for this moment.
True. I was going to say, you might as well bring me a pillow and blanket. I'm sleeping on the field at 5 a.m.
Did they have to wear masks on the field or no? Because I noticed in the interviews they weren't.
No, so they don't have to, but then if you go to like away games, they'll have to wear them like on the bus, and I don't think they have to wear them while they're playing. I mean, it might obviously change because with the new strain of everything getting a little bit like more scary now, but when they're like on the buses, they have to. But after that, I think that when they're playing, they don't need to.
Because that was hard to see these kids having to wear the masks last year.
Yeah, dude, it was weird watching a basketball game and these kids had
man.
masks on.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Did masks fall off all the time? I feel like that'd be a...
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know how you weren't annoyed as hell.
Well, it depends how tight they wore the mask.
Right.
Especially if you're getting drenched in sweat. Your mask is drenched in sweat. It's like getting to the point where the kids are just peeking it over their nose. Like, just take it off,
Especially
man.
having a beard, too.
The beard.
Disgusting.
It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah. On the flight back from Arizona, I passed out and I woke up with like a bunch of drool inside my mask because I was sleeping so hard. And it was like all wet and nasty. I was like, oh.
Dude, they'll wake you up if your mask slips down your nose on a plane.
I did not slip down. It was just wet.
Because I can't sleep with a mask fully up. Like, I got to have at least my nose, like, breathing fresh air.
Right.
So, when they, like Joey said, when they wake you up, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn.
Well, thank you very much, Paige, for that inside information on Clarenceville's start to their season. It's hopefully a good season for Coach Meyer as well. And did we let everybody know that was your dad, the head coach?
I didn't know if people read the little tags of who it was, but yeah, the coach was my dad, so that's why I got the inside
So he came up from Little League football to now being high school coach.
Yeah, he coached me in middle school basketball.
Oh, middle school.
So he's been coaching high school football for like 15 plus years.
At Livonia?
So he coached at Walt Lake Central,
right.
and that's where I went to high school. And then when he retired in 2019, he went over to Livonia Clarenceville to be their head coach. So he's been there for 3 years, and he took like the tradition of Midnight Madness over to them, which was pretty cool. So,
Awesome.
So when you told those boys to say Woodward Sports, they knew that, hey, it's Coach's daughter. Do not.
Yeah, they were like, we can't mess around. We got to do it right. It was one take. I was like, let's say it, and they did it well. I was like, thank you guys.
They nailed it. Yeah, they nailed it.
Thank you, got what I need. Bye.
Well, thank you very much, Paige. We appreciate you going out, especially late night and doing some inside reporting. And yeah, high school football is here. It's going to be a great season, and I can't wait for it. And coming up next, we have What's Trending with Jeff. You got some good videos today, Jeff?
Oh, I got some great videos.
All right, we're going to do that next right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live streaming across all of our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and then, of course, our app, which is available for you to get today. So make sure you download it right now. It's called WSN Live. All you got to do is search Woodward Sports Network in your app store. And it is now time for What's Trending with my man, Jeff.
Today on What's Trending with Jeff, we start in L.A. with the L.A. Dodgers. And listen, there was a fan on the field a couple games ago. And listen, sometimes the security can't get the man, so you got to rely on someone else to do the job for you. Look at this. Oh, my God. Ball girl got him. God, give her a raise.
I think a girl tackled him. You hear the guy in the video?
That is legendary. Yeah, the security couldn't do it. There's like 5 of them, grown men, and then, hey, ball girl said, yeah, I got it.
I love that. Go ball girl, man.
Right.
And did you see the crowd go wild?
They were cheering him on. I love that when there's these games going on and someone's out on the field, like, what are you thinking? You're not going to get away.
Right.
Like, you can run as fast as you want. You ain't getting away.
Yeah, even if you get out of the playing field, it's not like you're going to go through the stands and they're just going to casually let you walk out of the stadium.
Yeah, but what do they got out there? Ushers? They ain't going to tackle you.
the oldest ushers on the planet.
Literally, I feel bad for them old ladies sometimes.
That's why I don't get, like, once you're on the field, you have to understand, like, once you're caught, you're done. Like, you're out. You're out of the game. So you might as well, you better have a game plan. And this guy clearly didn't have one because he got strip sacked by a ball girl at the very end of the video.
Dude, how long you think you would last out there?
What, running?
Yeah.
Oh, like 10 seconds. My cardio's shot,
Hey,
baby.
I think I could outrun that security. I'm not going to lie. I think I'd give him a
just
show.
hit him, had like a fake football, just deke him out and whatnot. It would be great. Stiff arm a security guard.
One of my favorite videos that I learned of on this network was Joik Bell pushing down a streaker twice. It was against the Browns in a preseason game. And Joik Bell just, all the other players are standing around watching him. Joik just runs over and goes, boosh, and shoves the dude to the ground.
That was his time, baby. Yeah. It was his time. But moving on, we go to Isaiah Thomas. Everyone remembers Isaiah Thomas from not our Isaiah Thomas, the 5'9" one, but the one that was on the Boston Celtics, and he played well in this league. But he was in Jamal Crawford's league in Seattle. They call it the Crossover League, and he was playing some pickup, and he was feeling his Mamba tonight. He got 81 points in this league, man.
Oh,
and this is only one of the buckets he got. Oh, God, it's crazy to see these NBA players go off in these type of environments, but they understand. Like,
my man fell all the way back too.
Once you get to an NBA court, I don't know if he's dropping 81. I mean, this is like, look at he's walking after the shot.
But the fact that he can drop 81 in any game, like
it's a lot of buckets.
If I went and played Little League basketball, I'm not putting up 81 against 12-year-olds. It's
a lot of points.
That's a lot.
Yes, you are.
No, dude. First of all, there's only 5-minute quarters. Second of all,
you're still going for 81 on Little League.
You think I could go for 81?
That ball's going in the post every time, Steve.
Right. Yeah, if I'm dominating the post, but even if I had open shot after open shot after open shot like that, I'm not hitting 81 or coming anywhere close.
You got to get like 40 field goals, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But moving on to youth football in Texas. We all want to talk about this for a second because Texas produced the best football athletes, and in my opinion, and in most people's opinions. And now we know why. Look what they're doing starting in youth football. These boys are doing squats.
Oh, my God.
Is it really bad for your body starting at a young age?
I would assume so. Like, if anyone has any thoughts on this, comment down. Like, if you let your son be doing, or daughter. Like, there's a girl doing it, too.
The girl's squatting more than the boy, dude.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, one note to add is the weights are probably like 2 pounds, 5 pounds. They're probably no more than like 5 pounds.
But that bar fish, it's like easily 20 pounds, that bar at least. So
yeah, the light ones are 25.
Well, they probably gave him a kid's bar. I mean, I'm assuming the coaches know what they're doing with social media where you're able to just, click a video on, play it, and then send it to the whole world, where cancel culture obviously is a thing where it'll bite you in the ass within 2 seconds. So I'm sure the coach knows what he's doing so that he doesn't get fired, because I'm assuming, I would hope he wants to keep his job, especially before the season.
So I just Googled this, and Livestrong.com says children can begin strength training around 7 to 8 years old using light weights and then progress to heavier weights after puberty.
So why the gym always say not until 16?
Well, that's probably
that's a liability issue, yeah. And who wants a bunch of 8-year-olds running around pumping iron?
Yeah, when I was at Clarenceville the other day, the coaches were talking about the weight room and how people are starting to get back in it now. And they said the cheer team is in there almost every day getting lifted. Like, all the girls, all of them go in there, and they're like, hey, like, guys, can we use the gym? And they're like, go right ahead. Like, they're there all the time getting strength training. So if they're, like, cheering because they have to lift people up, I'd assume that they're in there a lot.
Yeah.
But, like, for me, my brother, he's 10 years old. If this man could give me a wedgie, if he was jacked, I would be frightened. He could stay in his video game room. He could play his video games. Stay away from the weights.
Remember that mini Hercules kid that was like 5 years old, but just like absolutely shredded?
Like, that's, just disgusting. I mean, great for Texas. If you're pumping out athletes, keep doing it. But I don't know if Michigan, we have like schools like this that gets lift this early. But
that's why Texas football is known for what they are. Apparently, it's these kids right here, the way they start training them at a young age.
Right. So get them in the weight room early.
So can you go to the gym with your kid who's younger than 16?
If you're a
or it
parental
has to be,
supervisor,
okay,
you could.
that's what I thought.
Yeah. But that's crazy. Kids can start training at 7 or 8.
Yeah, they probably don't want a 14-year-old coming in there, no parent, lifting, and then bang, drops a weight on his foot and goes and sues the gym. That's obviously what you don't want.
Yeah, I always heard when I was a kid, like, oh, you can't do it till you're 16. I was like, all right, bet. I'm not working out.
Right. No, I was the same way. Like, oh, it's not going to affect me anyways if I start working out at 14.
Now I heard a rumor that it's not good to work out until you're 30, so I still haven't started.
No, I heard that same rumor, Joey. And I didn't work out, like you guys said, until I was like 16, 17. You get older, you start, getting through puberty and all that. Like, God, times are changing. The 21st century, you start working out, start pumping iron at like 8. So you know what? Whatever. I'll leave my thoughts out of it. But yeah, that's it today for What's Trending with Jeff.
All right. Well, another thing I want to add to this is the Netflix series that's coming out tonight, the Malice at the Palace. And if you haven't seen the preview for it, this is what it looks like. Adam, you got that video ready to rock? All right, let's see this. And it's so biased. It's so biased.
I wonder who recorded this one. The best part about this video too is, like, now that I'm looking forward to this for tonight, I'm like, damn, this is gonna suck because we know it's so one-sided.
Yeah, well, let's watch this trailer for it.
That night had a lasting effect. It ignited everything. I'm never talking about this shit again. Can you get that on camera?
A fight broke out between the Pacer team and the fans in the stands.
It was like a powder keg.
From the corner of my eye, I see it coming. Some people have control. I don't.
Orchestra's in the stands! They want to blame us. These guys are thugs.
Fans have such an emotional investment. There is a darkness there.
The NBA was worried about their perception.
It cost all of us everything.
The Palace had a VHS tape for each and every camera.
I want the story out there. Go frame by frame.
If you actually knew what happened, you wouldn't even be asking questions.
I mean, I'm pumped up for it, but that is clearly... I didn't see one Piston comment on that. I didn't see one fan comment on that. Like, it's all from Indiana's perspective when you're the dumbasses who picked a fight with Ben Wallace.
Yeah, but now they're saying, oh, just wait until you really see what they release.
I was going to say that as well. Wait till you see it. They're probably going to have some Piston players in there. Also, when the fight first happened, didn't most of the Pistons players talk and give their input, a few weeks, months, years after the fight?
Yeah, but don't you think in a trailer you would have given love to both sides?
But they're basically saying, hey, we already heard the Pistons side. Let's hear the Pacers side in the trailer so it intrigues you. And then in the documentary, they will have both sides.
I mean, I'm going to be watching tonight. And, Fish, I hope that's the case. Because if it's all from the Pacers side and how they're victims
think it would
how they're little crybabies that started a fight and didn't want to finish it, that's... I don't know. I don't love the trailer. That's all I'm saying, is they didn't give any perspective from the Pistons side. Like, hey, Ben Wallace had lost a friend during that. Ron Artest took a cheap shot. When Ron Artest decided that he didn't want to fight Ben Wallace, he taunted him by laying on the bench. And then all of a sudden a drunk guy threw a cup and all hell broke loose.
But I'm assuming they're looking at it and saying, hey, the Pistons had their talk. We haven't seen the Pacers side, so let's throw it in the trailer.
I haven't seen the Pistons side of the documentary, so I don't know.
Let's throw it in the trailer, all Pacers.
I think you're making assumptions. I got to be honest.
And then both sides collide on Netflix.
I'm excited to see this. I mean, we saw the Ben Wallace in their appearance. He saw his face briefly. I don't know if he's going to speak. I'll wait till they release it today to really see. But I want to know the deep details, like Fred Jones getting punched in the face by Ben Wallace's brother.
Hell
yeah,
I want David Wallace, baby.
I want the details. But more importantly, like Stig said, don't leave the details out because there was some cheap stuff going on, and Ben was going through a hard time. Like, I want all the details in there, so I'll wait to give my judgment. If the first episode's all Pacer players, I'm going to be pretty pissed off.
I hope they got an exclusive interview with John Green. Where is John Green today?
We should do that.
Do you know how many episodes there are?
I don't know.
Because if there's multiple episodes, you obviously know what it's going to be. It's going to be episode 1, Pacers, and then maybe episode 2, Pistons.
Right, but the trailer had none of that. The trailer was all Pacers, right?
Yeah.
So that's all we got to go off of right now.
But I'm saying, they're Netflix, they're a big company. they've obviously heard of cancer culture before from select videos that they have chosen to show. People like, oh, wait, you can't play that video. So they know what cancel culture is. So they're trying not to get canceled on the NBA. So they chose Pacers at the trailer because we haven't heard much of the Pacers players talking about this fight. But we've heard the Pistons players. So they're like, let's intrigue people with the Pacers talk, and then we'll throw the Pistons in the documentary.
So did Netflix put this together, or is this something that someone presented to them and they bought it?
Oh,
I
don't know.
Could be the second one.
Like,
Presenting
I'm starting to think that the Pacers paid for this whole thing and sold it off to Netflix.
Well, did you see what Jermaine O'Neal, because we were able to find another clip of what Jermaine O'Neal was saying during this, and obviously, once again, not a Piston talking, but here's what Jermaine O'Neal had to say.
When I got home, I'm up all night. Just remember watching TV, and now I'm thinking about all the work that I put in as a pro player to get to the point that I've gotten to. Everything you work for. In a split moment.
Jermaine O'Neal, you are not a victim.
So you
Quit playing victim.
So
you little
you
bitch.
notice. That's good, and I agree with you on that. But you notice the title says Untold, Malice at the Palace, right? So obviously that's hence why they have the Pacers.
But Fish,
stuff in
there's
there.
some Pistons players that got some shit too. I mean, they got to get
They
out.
are, but we've heard all the Pistons players over
No,
the
we
years.
haven't.
Not
In
really.
what documentary have you heard all the Pistons players?
Well, it hasn't been in a documentary.
Well,
but
there you
it
go.
is-
This is a documentary.
But they have talked before. We've heard their side of the story. Have we heard
have,
any
but
of the
not the
Pacers?
country. I'm sure everybody in Indiana's heard the Pacers side of the story, too. Outside of Detroit, we want fair representation. That's all I'm asking for.
Okay, and I'm sure they're going to give you that in the documentary. I'm sure they interviewed the Pistons player, and they probably said, oh, the Pistons players don't have much fun stuff. We're going to put the Pacers in the trailer.
The only
What captivates you most about this? When you hear their side of the story, like, oh my God, we were going to die that night. Doesn't that captivate you? Like, oh my God, they thought they were going to die during a basketball game with fights?
Captivates me. Fair storytelling, telling both sides of the story. Like, even when we did the Bad Boys 30 for 30, they did a whole cutout of Michael Jordan and brought that in. It's not like it was all told from the Bad Boys side. Like, Michael Jordan got his chance to talk too. So just balance it
But
out.
we're
That's all I'm
talking
saying.
trailers.
Yes.
Where
but
they only
Fish,
have like a minute to 30 seconds to...
All right, Fish. You're not understanding what I'm
I
saying.
am understanding.
They didn't include one Detroit perspective in that trailer. So I'm assuming they're not going to include one Detroit perspective in the entire documentary.
That is incorrect.
How do you know?
Well, I hope Ben
That's
at least will tell
incorrect.
his story.
How
Did
do you
you
know?
produce this, Fish?
I did not produce it, but
So
I
don't
just
say
know...
shit until you know.
You don't know.
I have a feeling that they're going to include Pistons players.
Okay, you have a feeling, but you said that is incorrect. Like, you know what he's saying.
Well, okay. I know they're going to show Pistons players.
It's a
That
5-part
is a
series,
fact.
Dabber's saying.
It
There is
actually is
gonna
out. I mean, it came out at 3 a.m. today.
Oh, dude.
So it officially is out there, and I cannot wait to watch this.
The only thing I'll give a little bit of sympathy for is the part where people really tried to drive the narrative that they were thugs and stuff like that. Like, I can see that's a little irritating, but other than that, it's like, God, it's a brawl, man. I mean, you guys got what you got. You got the flack you got. And
Yeah, you attack the fans, you get attacked by the fans. It's
Yeah.
really that simple.
It's Ron Artest, too. Like, are we going to sit up here and defend Ron Artest?
No.
One of the dirtiest
No.
basketball players of all time?
No, he took the cheap shot, didn't want to deal with the guy he took the cheap shot on, and, the minute somebody approached him from the stands, he got all tough and was ready to fight again. And, to me, that's the biggest thing I took away from it.
Yeah.
Ron Artest didn't want the smoke when it was Ben Wallace. When it was John Green in the stands, where the guy he thought threw the cup, oh, yeah, I could take him, I'm running into the stands. Why did you run at Ben Wallace after he shoved your head into the stands?
No, come on. You're pissed like that, you're going at whoever threw a cup at you.
Ben Wallace shoved
Yeah.
his head
I get
5
it.
rows into the stands.
I get it, but that's just wrong. That's just...
it might have been
Just
the icing on the cake, but then it's
offensive.
I agree with both of you. Like, I don't think he wanted the smoke with Ben, number one, because
Yeah.
he didn't even look his way when he got pushed. He just went right to the scores
He
table
went
to
and laid
sit.
down and taunted him.
Yeah, he didn't
While
want
everybody
nothing.
else held back. It was such a bitch move by Artest on every level. Then, it was a bitch move by John Green, throwing a cup of beer at somebody. That you shouldn't do that. I'm not saying that was okay, but you also shouldn't run into stands either. And, you do that in Detroit, it's a little different. We got each other's backs here.
Hey, Ryan just said in the Facebook, I just Googled it. It says Ben Wallace was the only player that was from the Pistons that was interviewed for the documentary. I don't know if this is true.
It's going to be a trash documentary then.
If you're just getting Ben's story, I mean, it's important to get his side, but come on, man. You need everybody's. You need his brother on there. You need everything.
Brought to you by the Indiana Pacers,
right,
I'm telling you.
Ron Artest produced this whole thing just to clear his name.
It's a Meta World.
Yes. So yeah, you can watch it on Netflix. I want to have this conversation, so I think we should all watch it tonight and figure out what the hell they were talking about. Because if this is just the Pacers being victims for an hour, I am going to freak out on this because that is not what happened. But yeah, Netflix releasing a series on Malice to the Palace. You can watch it tonight as well. And coming up next, fantasy football is here, and I have your top 10 list of quarterbacks that you should be drafting. And I looked around at a bunch of other people's top 10s. Mine's a little different, and I'll explain why coming up next on Woodward Sports.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you guys for waking up with us and being a part of the conversation. And yeah, that Malice at the Palace stuff always gets people riled up around here. I literally think we could do a whole show talking about that night. But let's get into it. Fantasy football is almost here. Lots of people have already had their drafts. I had my rookie draft in my Dynasty League. Our auction is coming up in like 2 weeks, so I'm looking forward to that. But let's get into the top 10 quarterbacks that you should be drafting. It's a Tuesday, so we do top 10 Tuesdays right here on the Morning Woodward Show. And you guys want to get right into it? Because my top 10 is a little bit different than a lot of people's.
Let's get to it.
Let's start.
All right, number 10 on this list, Justin Herbert, I think, should be a top 10 guy that you look at. Obviously, he came in last year and kind of just took over the team and showed you what he could do. Poor Teddy Bridgewater or Tyrod Taylor. Poor Tyrod Taylor getting shot in the lung by his doctor, causing him to be out. But it opened the door.
Thankfully for Justin Herbert.
Yeah, it opened the door for Justin Herbert, and here we are. He proved by the end of the season last year he was a top 10 guy. I don't see him falling out of the top 10 this year. So if you got a chance to take him and you're in a 10, 12-man league, he may be, a starting quarterback for you.
So you don't think that's a little bit too low for him this season? I feel like he's projected a lot higher when you're talking fantasy.
He's one of the guys that was up around 7-8 I saw in a lot of other mocks, but you'll see why, and I'll give you my reasoning behind this, because a lot of people do get enamored by one good year.
Yeah.
And there's a thing called a sophomore slump, and it's not something I ever made up. It's just there, and, Justin Herbert, I believe, I don't think he's going to slump, but I think he's going to continue what he was doing, and that doesn't put him in the top 5 category.
Okay.
So if you got that number 10 quarterback, let's get to number 9. Matthew, I put up stats, Stafford.
Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
And I think this is a good place for him to go. He's definitely going to be a top 15 guy. The Sean McVay offense, they like to light it up, and Stafford is going to give them an option. Goff really wasn't a big push the ball down the field guy, not so much on the long passes. I believe Stafford's going to get a ton of those long passes. The Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Van Jefferson, Tutu Atwell's out there now, very fast kid.
Cam Akers, though, that's the one that he's going to be missing.
Cam Akers is no longer a part of that team. So, well, he's a part of the team, but he's out for the year.
I feel like he's a big target, though, that Matthew Stafford was looking forward to. I mean, he's on the receiving side of it, too.
Yep.
And that's where he shines.
Yeah, he was going to be his check down option right out of the backfield a lot. So, but I got Stafford at number 9. He's a top 10 guy fantasy-wise. And, take that with a grain of salt, if you will.
Yeah. No, I had him last year in fantasy. Even on the Lions, he wasn't bad. So put him on the LA Rams with Sean McVay. Going to be throwing that ball downfield. So I'm excited.
It's so amazing when you look at fantasy football and the names that are on this list. Like, in past years, Matthew Stafford has been statistically one of the best quarterbacks for a fantasy football. But then you look at him as an actual quarterback and what he's bringing to the team in the Lions situation, not many wins.
Yeah, no, Stafford was great. You'd have him, and he'd score like 10, 15 points through the first 3 quarters. And then fourth quarter come around, Lions are down, we're chucking the ball around, and next thing you know, he's a 30-point game.
Yep.
Do you ever pick Lions players, or does that ruin it for you?
I've had Lions players, but yeah, Calvin. I had Calvin when Calvin was playing. But outside of that, no, I never really pursue Lions players. I had Golden Tate for a while just because I was in a PPR league, and Golden Tate was money in a PPR league.
I had to snag Hockenson. I got Hockenson last year. So
see, I screwed up. I traded my second-round rookie pick the year Hockenson was coming out, and I could have got Hockenson with that pick, but I traded him for James White on a 2-year contract. Not good.
Took a
but
chance.
I was making a run at the championship. James White was doing well for the Patriots, and I thought, all right, this is my guy. Note to self, never
How far
draft.
did you go? Did you get to the championship?
I did not get to the championship,
okay.
and I wasted I could have Hockenson on my roster right now, but I screwed that up. Number 8 on this list. A lot of guys have this guy top 5. I'm concerned on multiple levels for Dak Prescott this year. I'm talking about not only his ankle and recovering from that, but just overall the offense under Mike McCarthy and what it looked like.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy, you don't think of him and immediately think offensive coach, but Dak is a lot like Matthew in a sense that they like to put up stats and not necessarily might convert to wins. I mean, Dak was leading the league in yards last year, and then when he went out with an ankle injury, he still was leading the league in yards for like a couple more weeks after his injury. So the guy knows how to put up yards, and that's what you're looking for in this league. And he's got a talented wide receiver core, so I don't see a whole lot of reasons why he can't put up good numbers this year.
Yeah, he can. It's just, can he stay healthy? That's the biggest thing with Dak. And they got a great offensive line. You don't know how much they're going to run the ball with Ezekiel Elliott. But yeah, Dak's got all the tools. It's just, can he put it together and stay healthy? Number 7 on this list. Another guy that a lot of people have higher, Lamar Jackson. I don't see him taking a step forward in the passing game this year, but I do see him continuing to be one of the most impressive running quarterbacks that we've ever seen in the entire NFL, and the way the Ravens have built their offense around him gives him every opportunity to succeed.
Yeah, he's always a threat. I mean, Lamar, he'll rack up points on his feet with his arm, but he's just a great quarterback. I mean, that's another guy that hasn't really suffered injury yet in his career. He's been, pretty durable, but that's a dude I'm a little worried about, just how much he has to do for his team in terms of running the ball and passing the ball. So we'll see. I like Lamar.
Yeah, here's Lamar doing what Lamar does. Get him on the outside, let him roll, and then there you go.
Man, that's the only reason why I wanted Justin Fields so bad. A quarterback like that is just so fun to watch.
Right. Yeah. Number 6 on this list is a guy a lot of people have lower on their list, but it's Aaron Rodgers, man. He puts up numbers. That's what Aaron Rodgers does. And if this is a redraft league and you're only getting them for 1 year, this is the year you want him for, because he's going to want to show Green Bay what they're missing as he walks his ass out the door at the end of the season.
Do you think he's all in, though?
Yeah, and I think a half-in Aaron Rodgers is still better than everything else. I don't think Aaron Rodgers, his ego is so big where if he steps on the field, he's not going to, play shitty.
Right.
But Aaron Rodgers, a lot of people are underestimating him this year. I know he's going to go cheap in our auction because, we get him for 3 years in our auction draft. So you can't really predict what the next 2 years beyond this one will be. But if you can get Aaron Rodgers, that is a Super Bowl fantasy winning quarterback.
And you just said everything right, because I took Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams last year, and I was in the finals. I didn't win, but yes, the season, that was my same insight. Like, hey, this guy's going to be pissed off.
Aaron Rodgers' career.
He's gonna. Honestly, you're right. I think the other guy had Tom Brady. So you know what? We don't want to talk about that. Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, the guy last year, especially, he was so pissed off, and that was one of my reasons for picking him. Guy's gonna have a great year, and who else? Leave it to the Packers to piss him off again. So you know what? If you have him in your top 6, take the man.
Yeah, you definitely got to take them. So that is our top 6. We will get into the top 5 fantasy quarterbacks coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network. But if you have a guess on who the top 5 are, drop them in the chat right now. We want to know what you guys are thinking and who should be number 1 this year in the NFL for fantasy football. We'll talk about it next right here on Woodward Sports.
Connor. Good morning, D-Mac.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network. The sun's starting to come out, actually looking like it's going to be a nice day
It's supposed
here
to be raining,
in Detroit.
damn it.
No, it's supposed to stop raining, right?
I don't know.
Rest of the day is supposed to be sunny, I think.
Let's go.
You are correct, sir. The rest of the day is supposed to win. And I was wrong. I will admit when I'm wrong sometimes,
You're
and I
always
was
wrong, Fish, but go
Thank
ahead.
you.
About what?
I appreciate that. I'm always wrong. That is also a good fact about the documentary. It appears that it is going to be 99% Pacer players from what I did research on. Which I just said that because I'm like, it's Netflix, right? They're not, sponsored by the Pacers, so it's an American brand that they would have both sides. But from what I read, it looks like it is all Pacers in the documentary.
Great,
I saw
be
Zero
pissed off for an
Detroit.
hour.
Ron Artest had a line that was like, he wants the message to get out there about what happened on that night, and he said something about, fame be fame or something like that.
All right.
So get everybody in it.
Yep.
So Ron Artest basically wants the story to come out of what actually happened.
So this was produced by Ron Artest?
I don't know if it was produced, but I think he had a big role in it.
Okay. Well, let's get back into fantasy football talk. We are to the top 5 fantasy quarterbacks that you should be drafting this year. And this is where my top 5 varies from a lot of other top 5s. We'll start with number 5, Russell Wilson. I like to go with the old reliable guys. And if you look around the league at a lot of mock drafts and stuff like that and mock rankings, they have a lot of young guys at the top. Listen, it's fantasy football. Go with what's reliable. And Russell Wilson is reliable, especially when he's throwing to that beast of a man right there, DK Metcalf. You can't go wrong if you got Russell Wilson, and I think he's a top 5 fantasy quarterback easily this year.
Yeah, that's fair. Russell Wilson, he's always consistent. I mean, the guy got, especially when he had DK Metcalf, open up his ability to chuck that thing downfield. Now with Lockett, I think they drafted the kid out of Western Michigan, Dwayne Eskridge. I think.
Eskridge, yep.
So they got a nice little core over there. So Russell, man, you cannot go wrong with him. And he can move on his feet, so you never know with him.
Yeah, he's going to get you the rushing yards, going to get you the passing yards, and he's not going to throw too many picks.
No.
So
when you're throwing a DK, it's pretty hard to throw interceptions. It's like Stafford with Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, DK.
Don't worry.
DK's the man. Absolutely love DK. So here now, even though I said that, go with the old reliable. Number 4, Kyler Murray. Now, last year I underestimated this guy. I thought he was going to struggle going into his second year. He kind of perfected the offense. They got DeAndre Hopkins, which really helped. Now they got A.J. Green, which I'm not sure how much A.J. Green is going to help, but he's still a reliable wide receiver and a big target in the red zone. Kyler Murray, once again, the guy that can get you points with his feet and with his arm. So even though he's a little young, I got him as number 4 on my list. And I would not hesitate to take Kyler Murray.
I don't disagree with that at all. I mean, the kid's gotten better at every category. His touchdowns went up this year. His rushing yards went up this year. His rushing touchdowns went up this year. So that's a kid to buy on. Buy at him high. I mean, he's going into his 3rd year. He's out of that sophomore slump. He had a great sophomore year, so we'll see. It's going to be a great 3rd year for him, I think.
Him and DeAndre Hopkins, that's just dangerous.
A.J. Green now, they got a lot of guys over there,
Yeah. No, the sophomore slump really didn't apply to him, and I thought it would apply to Cliff Kingsbury as well, because like we saw with Sean McVay, McVay came on like gangbusters, right? That offense was unstoppable, and then it got put on paper how to beat that offense, and he's been okay ever since. I don't think McVay's been this transcendent coach. Cliff Kingsbury, first year in the league, it's like, wow, this is a crazy offense. Second year, nobody's really picked up on how to stop it completely, so they're going to keep evolving it and getting it to that point. And I like having Kyler Murray at quarterback. What they did with their quarterback situation, I think would cause people here in Detroit to pull out their hair, drafting Josh Rosen in the 1st round, and then just saying, you know what, screw that. Next year we take another quarterback in the 1st round and get rid of Josh Rosen. That was ballsy. That was a ballsy move, and it's paid off.
That was ballsy, and I still, every time I think of Josh Rosen, I think of the interview he had when he fell in the draft. He's like, I'm going to make all these teams pay. And then a year later, he gets replaced. But, hey, Kyler Murray's a better player. So if you got him in Fantasy League, you're wrong not to take him. You're wrong.
Yeah, any of these next guys, I think you're happy to have. Coming in at number 3, This guy, once again, another guy that can do it with his legs and with his arms. When he came out of college, you did not expect this type of performance out of him, but he has turned into an elite, not only fantasy, but real court. Look at this play right here. Run to the line, fake it, and then throw it for the touchdown. Like, the improvisation, the just creativity. He's big, he's strong, he's mobile. Like, there's not enough superlatives to say about Josh Allen.
Yeah, he's got a high ceiling. I mean, the guy had a Patrick Mahomes type second to third year. I mean, he went from 20 touchdowns to almost 40 in his third year, and the interceptions only went up by 1. So the guy is getting better, and he looks great. He's faster than Patrick Mahomes. He can run around, and he looks like Lamar out there when he gets up to full speed. So Josh Allen, you can't go wrong. The guy's solid.
Joey, you played fantasy football last year.
I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't.
I thought you were in the Woodward Sports League.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't in it.
All right, I was going to ask you who was your quarterback last year, and I already know yours was Aaron Rodgers. Mine was just hodgepodge. I started out with Dak to begin the year.
Oh, boy.
And that didn't work out. And then I went with Drew Brees, and that really didn't work out. And then I went with Ben Roethlisberger, and that really, I was trying like hell.
When did you get Ben Roethlisberger?
How did I get him?
No, when?
I got him like I think 10th week into the
so when
season.
they started losing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, boy.
I traded a 5th overall pick for a 5th round pick for him so I could have him for 1 year. And I was just like, my team's good in every other position, but quarterback, after Dak went down, it screwed me last year.
It makes sense now that you and Adam were fighting so bad about how Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers were going to be all right. And Adam was completely against you. It's because that was your quarterback.
It's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. Number 2 on this list. This is a guy that's way lower on pretty much everybody's list. But if you look at the fantasy points he put up last year and learning a new offense and really not picking it up until, you want to say like, week 8, week 9. That is when Tom Brady really started to explode. And another year in a Bruce Arians offense, the same tools are coming back. He's got all the weapons that he needs. Gronk is going to be there. I don't see him not being a top 3 fantasy quarterback this year.
No, he ages like fine wine. How do you improve your stats from 42 to 43? It makes no sense. He had 24 touchdowns, 8 interceptions at 42. He had 40 touchdowns and 12 picks at 43. So, and like Six said, he's going into his second year with this offense. Who says he can't get better? Like, it's a hard argument to argue if you're saying he can't get better. So, Tom Brady, the old reliable. You can't go wrong.
What's crazy about it is he threw the second highest touchdowns in any season in his career at that age. First season with a brand new team to come and just destroy it like that. It just shows Tom Brady really is the GOAT.
Yeah, you could see it early in the season. He was kind of like afraid to trust the offense and just heave the ball because, remember, for years he was with Belichick telling him exactly what to do, how to do it. And as you can see, once you let Tom Brady off his leash, dude's a pretty damn good quarterback too.
Oh, yeah.
He can make the right decisions. And then number 1 on the list, I think everybody has him number 1 on their list. If you don't have this dude there, I don't know what to tell you.
So across all boards, is he just the fantasy god?
Yes, he's the GOAT. I mean, once again, you want a guy that can do it with his legs? It's Patrick Mahomes. You want a guy that's in a dynamic offense? It's Patrick Mahomes. You want a guy that can make all the throws? It's Patrick Mahomes. You want a guy with the best tight end in the league? It's Patrick Mahomes. And he's got Travis Kelce, so it's really good.
Yeah, and he barely puts the ball in harm's way. I mean, he never does. So it's like he's talented as hell. He's got a stacked team, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. So you know what? That's a perfect number 1 pick right there.
Yeah, I honestly, out of all the mocks and all the simulations that I've seen, nobody has Patrick Mahomes less than number 1.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be the first to do it because I don't want to look like a dumbass. So that is our top 10. Let's run it through one more time and look back on all of them. Number 10, you're looking at Justin Herbert. Number 9, Matthew Stafford. Number 8, Dak Prescott. Number 7, Lamar Jackson. Number 6, Aaron Rodgers. Number 5, Russell Wilson. Number 4, Kyler Murray. Number 3, Josh Allen. Number 2, Tom Brady. And number 1, Patrick Mahomes. You guys disagree? As somebody that should be on that list that's not on the list, or somebody you want to take off that list?
Only change I would make to it is Herbert a little bit higher.
I was gonna say Herbert might surprise some people this year at 10. I think he could slide up a couple. I could see him being better than even Dak this year. I don't know, but yeah, I think he could surprise some people. I don't know.
What you got, Adam?
You guys are missing one key player. Ryan Tannehill, Julio Jones, A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry. You can't. If you stack the box, you're fucked downfield. play action pass is going to be legit for the Titans this year. Ryan Tannehill's got to be in the top 10. I would actually consider putting him over Matthew Stafford on the list.
I see. Tannehill was in the consideration for that bottom. I saw some people had him at like 6 and 7 as well. He'd be 11 on this list for me.
He's the guy you got to take in the later rounds.
Isn't that crazy about Tannehill? Like, when he played for Miami, everybody thought he was trash, and then he switches to a team. You get him a good running game, all the pieces around him, and he's elite. Ryan Tannehill's elite, and those words just came out of my mouth. Crazy.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. He's solid.
And he's got a smoke show of a girlfriend, too. So he's winning on every single level. Congratulations, Ryan Tannehill. Good for you, buddy. That is our top 10 for Tuesday right here on the Woodward Sports Network. And I got to give a shout out to our people at Levels. The grand opening is happening on August 20th. That is a week from Friday. And you got a chance to win a brand new Challenger at this event. So you want to come on out, check out this Challenger. Plus, T Grizzly got his Grizzly gas. That is going to be out there. Food trucks. We're going to be broadcasting live. It's going to be a huge party going on in Centerline at Levels. So make sure you head on out there. A week from Friday, the 20th, and it's all weekend long that they're celebrating, but we'll be out there Friday doing our thing with Woodward Sports. So we hope to see you there. Levels in Centerline with Woodward.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports at my favorite downtown Fenton, Bridge Street Exchange. Let's go check out their beautiful store. You know we love Michigan summers. Got to turn up on the lake. Pre-made mixed drinks. They even got their own beautiful Bridge Street Exchange t-shirts. I got mine on. Jewelry, they got you here. I got mine on. Titanium Buzz. If you're not quite ready to ask that big question yet with the jewelry, look nice for your girl. They got polos. And last but not least, the most comfortable shoes on the planet. Hey Dude. They're literally called Hey Dude. Shop here at Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. Support a locally owned business.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
Man, it's kind of different and nice to hear the Lions receiving corps getting a little talk out here. You see Amon-Ra St. Brown looking good at training camp, embarrassing his teammate.
Jesus. He cleared him clean, man. He barely touched him.
It's the look back for me.
Yeah.
Like that's my favorite part is in the midair just turning around like, come on, Okuda, got your ass.
That's a humbling experience for a guy like Okuda to like eat shit like that and just look up and see Amon-Ra putting the ball in the air and just celebrate. And he's just like it's a humbling experience. But you know what? It's how these guys get better. So I can't be mad.
Yeah, it's better for practice.
Yeah, just don't do it in a damn game.
And another guy that shined in practice and actually signed a deal with the Lions is veteran cornerback Nikel Roby-Coleman. Right after his workout yesterday, got that deal.
It is the right decision to turn it over and give the ball to the Rams.
The Rams offense is out there.
I'm looking forward to seeing him rip some people this year.
And wasn't he the dude that was part of the Saints pass interference that wasn't called? Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a dude who gave him the fat forearm to the face, and they didn't call it.
Yeah.
So refs like him.
He knows how to cheat well.
That's a good way of saying it.
And Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady releasing a debut set of his own freaking NFTs. What does this man not do?
It's crazy, like, that he just called up all his boys, was like, hey, give me something that I can make into an NFT, and started his own company. It's called Autographs, right?
It's called Autographs, and they are going to have their first preseason pass collection dropping tomorrow, featuring Brady, obviously, Wayne Gretzky, Tony Hawk, Naomi Osaka, Derek Jeter, Tiger Woods. Some decent names on that first release.
Yeah, some goats. Couple goats on that list.
Oh yeah, give me a Tony Hawk one. I don't even skateboard, but just have a Tony Hawk NFT would be dope.
I still don't get the deal with these NFTs.
And they're digital. I mean, they could be anything. Like,
so I got on early on the NBA Top Shot, and I bought this one LeBron one, and just nothing has been able to happen with it. Nothing.
Well,
it was that LeBron one where he did the fadeaway 3 off of the sidelines and then just turned around. You remember?
You bought that?
Yeah.
So you own that?
Yeah, I got that. There's like thousands of them out there, though.
Thousands of the same shot? Oh, see, because they're like trading cards, essentially.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, you buy a trading card, you set it in a drawer, and hope in 30 years it's worth something. Like that's kind of the game.
It's weird to me with these digitals because there's no actual copy.
How do you access it? If you had to
NBATopShot.com.
You just check yours out?
Yeah. I tried selling it right away for double the amount. It didn't work.
It was worth a try, though, right?
Worth a try.
And we move on to talk about Frank Jackson, who will be returning to the Detroit Pistons, signing a 2-year deal. And he earned his way into the rotation, 40% three-point shooter, and nearly 10 points per game last season.
Yeah, solid player, smart player. One of Dwayne Casey's guys. I think they signed him after the Pelicans let him go, and he's been solid. I love the kid. Ever since I watched him a little bit in Duke, and he's a smart basketball player, and that's what the teams that want to win need. I mean, even if he comes off the bench, you need guys that are just smart and high IQ guys.
Yeah, we're stocking the guards, though. I mean, we got a lot of guards on this team.
Yeah, some guys won't play.
We talk about high IQ guys. Not Skip Bayless, because he believes the Detroit Pistons made the wrong pick drafting Cade Cunningham over Jalen Green. And I can see where he can make this bullshit assumption up, but it's all after one freaking Summer League game. And we get to see them facing head-to-head tonight in Summer League Game 2, 9 p.m. in Vegas on ESPN. So I'm excited for that game tonight.
Yeah, and everybody that's like panicking over one Summer League game, like just be patient. And honestly, even if the Summer League isn't great, we still got preseason to improve. And even if preseason isn't great, then we still got the regular season to get through. Like, Dwayne Casey and company have proven that they can grow young men and grow these young basketball players. So I will still give them time.
Yeah, give them time. I mean, these guys... put down the Kool-Aid if you're overreacting about these guys.
Right.
And just relax. Wait till the regular season starts. Wait till these guys get reps under them and playing some big games. You haven't even seen Cade against LeBron yet. Like, wait till these big games, and then you could judge the guy.
Yeah, judge them in big moments. I mean, obviously, playing against what's supposedly lower talent right now in the Summer League, he should be going crazy, but... At the same time, it was one game. If he hits like 3 more shots, we're all happy.
And Jalen, I want to make this point real quick. Someone commented in the chat, and I was talking to D-Mac about this yesterday. Jalen Green is used to playing against talent like this. He played in the G League last year, where it's pretty much grown men that have either trying to get back in the league or just developing, and now he's in Summer League with younger guys. So, I mean, call it what you will, but the guy's used to playing against, around players like this.
So is this a good deal for a rookie extension? 5 years, $207 million for Luka.
I think I'd take it.
Sheesh.
Yeah, you'd be an idiot not to take that. We already discussed earlier would Fish rather have the gold medal than $200 million. He made his decision. But for me, I'm taking that $200 million, and congrats to Luka, because I don't really see guys, especially for their first contract, getting qualified, signing that $200 million. Hey, credit to him.
Out of the 3 $200 million guys that have been signed lately, we're talking Steph, we're talking Luka, and we're talking KD. Which one would you guys rather have?
Luka.
Yeah, probably Luka, because he could do so much, and he's clutch. So it's like he could do literally everything, and he's clutch.
And it's like he hasn't even hit his prime.
Yeah, he hasn't hit his prime yet.
Like, Luka is still trending upwards, whereas, I mean, the other players are obviously still balling out, but not at Luka potential right now.
What up, Fish?
You guys would rather have money versus winning? I mean, I guess you're winning. I guess you're winning in your bank account, but you're not winning on the court.
You could buy a gold medal so easily.
I'll buy a home court.
30 grand for a gold medal.
I'll give you 100 grand for one.
Well, okay, you could buy it, but you could also buy an NBA championship.
I mean, they're handing out multiple gold medals in specific events now, so does it really matter?
Well, you can buy an NBA championship, so...
You can buy a lot of things, Fish. That's why we took the money.
Yeah, I know, but wouldn't you rather win?
All right, you know what? We're gonna agree to disagree, Fish, because we'll talk about this after the show.
I think $200 million in my account is winning.
Charlie Sheen.
You know what you can't buy though, Fish? Home run number 500. Miguel is on the chase at 498, just a couple away, and the Tigers taking on the Orioles tonight, 7:05, and our Tigers are at 54-60 on the season right now.
That'd be cool if they could get to that 500 mark and at least be in talks with the wild card.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't really think if they make the playoffs this year, it's going to be any good for us. But at the same time, you want that buzz near the end of the season where they have some meaningful games and they're picking up that experience.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to see the improvement, man. And all I'm looking forward to is me and Joey will talk about this on the low, but if he comes back Friday and he's only at $4.99, we're getting the gloves or our hands. If Stick, he'll get his hands, but we'll be out there trying to catch that ball.
Is this something we can bet on MyBookie?
It should
I
be.
would
Can we
imagine
bet
so.
the game that he's going to get that home
I
run?
would
500?
imagine correct.
How far? I'm betting Friday.
Friday?
When he comes back home.
That'd be great.
That would be my
perfect,
dream come
man.
true. So we got to shout out our people at MyBookie, y'all.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Show love to MyBookie real quick, Stick.
Yeah, mybookie.com. If you want to place any of those prop bets or any of those weird bets that you want to do just to make your game interesting, you can even bet on Summer League basketball right now, which is, it's tough to predict, but it's also fun to bet on. So make sure you go to mybookie.com today. And when you sign up, make sure you enter promo code Woodward for your chance to match your first deposit up to 50%. So if you put in $1,000, we'll give you a free $500. And that's all you got to do. Go to mybookie.com today and enter promo code Woodward.
Hi, I'm David Hall from All Financial. With historically low interest rates and 5-star service, you could pay your mortgage off faster without increasing your monthly payment. Get started now at 248-308-5000 or chat with us online. Call hallfirst.com.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us, being a part of the chat, liking, sharing, subscribing. We appreciate you, and it's now time for Miss Paige to update us on her story of the day.
Thank you, Stick. So Monday, yesterday, was the start of high school football. So Sunday night, I went out to Clarenceville High School at 12 a.m. to watch their Midnight Madness practice and see how they're starting out their 2021 football season.
Oh, Adam's scrambling to find your video now.
This was so cool. Honestly, it's turned out to be one of my favorite traditions in football.
Mm-hmm.
To have midnight football, that's just amazing.
I know, it's a good way to start out the season. I think it gets everyone excited and ready for what's to come in the following season.
And you said your dad's the coach of Clarenceville,
Mm-hmm.
and this was a tradition at Walled Lake Central.
Yep.
And he took it to Clarenceville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you guys ever have that at Brother Rice, Joe?
No, we never had midnight football. I didn't even know this existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not at my school either. Hey, I'd be excited to start football, but that 12 to 5 a.m., can we discuss that? I mean, the practice time, you guys will see it in the video, but I give these kids credit. I mean, they're excited to play football at 12 o'clock at night, and they can't wait to get this season started.
Look in the downloads, Adam. They may be in there because Art played it earlier, so we know. But yeah, Paige did a great job going out there and talking to the high school kids. And after last year in COVID, and they had to deal with the mask issue, and then they had to shut down the season, and we didn't even get to play our high school championship games till way late in the year. I'm lucky we got them in, which was cool that they actually had state champions last year. But overall, I think it's cool that the kids are back out there and they're getting ready to play.
Yeah, especially last year. I mean, we saw basketball with the masks and just how uncomfortable these kids and how they had to play sports just to do what they love. So, to see it now, nope, that would be the weightlifting video. It's okay. It should be a video of Paige.
Okay, well then let's move on.
Yeah.
Paige, sorry about that. If you want to see it, go watch it earlier in the show. We played it about 8:30. Sorry about that, Paige. But let's get into what's trending with Jeff. And Jeff, you got some fun videos for us to go over.
Yeah, I got some great videos. Adam teased one of them right there. But you know what? 3 solid videos. I want to start in L.A. with the Dodgers because a fan got loose the other day. And security went after him, but it took someone else to catch him besides security. Check this out.
Fast as hell.
I know. His girl's home alone. And then look at, she tackles him over there. God, that's an... Hey, Aaron Glenn would have loved that tackle.
Right, sign her up.
Yeah, sign her up. Get her on the practice squad. But
it's much better than Okuda.
Yeah. Hey, can we just be thankful the guy wasn't naked? I mean, there's some streakers that do this stuff. The guy had clothes on. We'll be thankful for that.
It's actually funny when they're naked.
You think she would tackle him if he was naked?
Honestly, that's a solid question. Stay the hell away from the guy.
Would you? No, here's the question. Would you? If the dude was a naked streaker,
if
would
you're
you
like
tackle
Joy,
him?
like you're a player, and you see a guy butt naked running by, I'm out of this.
So you got gear all over, so you're straight. But if you're just a security, you got no gear. His balls can hit your face.
They don't pay you enough for it. They don't pay you enough for it.
What up, Fish?
You guys are sports fans.
Yes.
Are you guys part of the cheering section when some streaker comes out or some person comes out on the field?
Never seen it, but I would.
streaker like that, or are you part of the what the hell is this guy doing? Get him off the field.
I gotta be honest. I've never seen a streaker at a game I've been at.
Because whenever you whenever you see streakers, you hear cheering.
Yeah,
from the crowd.
It's an event. It's something that's happening on the field that doesn't normally happen. So yeah, I mean, I'd probably root for the guy, but I'm also rooting for the
security
to light his ass up too.
Yeah. Okay. It's a little bit of both fish. But
that's what I'm rooting. Light him up! Light him up!
But we go over to Seattle now with Jamal Crawford's league. He has a league in the summer. It's called the Crossover League, and Isaiah Thomas took part because he's from Seattle and. He had 81 points. He went Mamba mode. And check out one of these crossovers he had on the young fella. Oh, yeah, he slid on the behind.
Man.
Oh, God. But, yeah, I mean, Isaiah, he's only 5'9". That's partially why it's just not really a place in the league for him now. But the guy can get buckets. You can't deny that.
He was so good before his injury.
Yeah.
So good.
That one hurt.
The only thing, it just limited him a little bit on defensive end. But you know what? He could score, so you give him credit. But we're moving on to Texas. And Adam teased it a little earlier, but this is ridiculous. I mean, we talk about Texas and how acclimated they are with football and how better they are than other states. But I think I found the reason. In youth, they're squatting. So there's no reason why these kids can't be more athletic than all of us.
Those dudes are going to be monsters when they get older.
Imagine if one of your guys' daughters squatting over there in gym class. Like, she's coming home ready to beat your ass. Like, that's tough.
It is crazy just like how nutrition and taking care of your body and all of that has like literally trickled down to the youth. Like when I was a kid, like we weren't working out like
you were partying and that was it.
Popsicles and everything, man.
Eating like shit.
Yeah, like you were just relying on natural talent and stuff like that. But now these kids are like specialists in their sport. They do muscle memory training and all those things.
No, yeah, I mean especially, and we talk Texas built different, and that's a reason why. Like I lived in Georgia for a little bit, and they had people working out younger at a young age. But in Michigan, I don't think I've seen. Have you guys seen guys working out or kids working out at that age?
Like I haven't. No.
No. Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I don't think Michigan does stuff like that. But you know what, Texas, keep doing your thing because you're pumping out amazing athletes. But yeah, that's it for today on What's Trending with Jeff.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jeff, for that. And Joey, we have a guest that's coming in the studio.
Yeah, we got Michigan Taco Fest going to be joining us here in a couple of minutes. They're just getting the. I don't want to tell you what it is. Take a guess what it is that they got ready for us. Tacos and tequila, baby.
Oh, man.
My mouth's watering right now.
On a Tuesday?
Uh-huh.
This
Taco Tuesday!
This worked out really well. Well, before they come in here, I wanted to talk about the Arizona Cardinals are going to have a sports book inside their stadium.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You said the Cardinals?
Yeah, Arizona's like the first state that's going to be able to do this. I think they're going to put one in the Diamondbacks, they're going to put one in the Suns, and they're going to put one in Glendale where the Arizona Cardinals play.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, would you guys want a sports book in our...
Hell yeah. And you saw the Suns do it, and now the Cardinals are doing it, so Arizona's on top of it. But it's interesting because the NFL... They tried to fight and oppose this in like a 6-year battle in New Jersey to try and prevent this stuff, and now it's taken over the country. I mean, we got Arizona doing it. I think Washington, the Capitals and Washington Mystics did it. They have a retail sports book. They opened it last year. And Detroit, get in on it because how fun would that be to be at the arena, be able to place bets like that, man? It's interesting, especially on a team like Detroit, man. All these fans, they want to be betting. They want to.
Yeah, no. What's crazy is, like, sports books, everybody's got their sports book on their phone now, essentially, right? I mean, like, my bookie is on your phone. Yeah. You can sit anywhere, and you're essentially in a sports book.
Yeah. I mean, see, doesn't the Lions have a partnership, I think, with BetMGM, if I'm not mistaken?
I believe so, yeah.
So, I mean, why can't we get MGM out there to
That'd be so crazy, like, to pay to go to a stadium, and then while you're paying to go to the stadium, you just go watch other games in their sports book.
I mean, you could be betting on the game. That's just fun, Win money while you go pay money, get your money back.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think it's an interesting concept, and we're going to see if it sticks or not. But yeah, overall, I think sportsbooks, it's just a part of the future here in the United States. Like, legal gambling is going to be everywhere before, like, the next 5 years. It's kind of like medical marijuana, how it's just going to be part of our culture going forward.
Oh, yeah.
Especially gambling is already, like, and I don't want to say important because, it can be a problem for people, but it is so big in America. Like, sports betting, sports is America.
Right.
There's going to be sports betting acclimated into that. So, not surprised, but I'm excited.
So, what would you prefer we have? A sports book Or like the Jacksonville Jaguars got that little hot tub in the back of the end zone.
Oh, hot tub.
The hot tub is unbeaten, man.
Like I said, I got a sports book on my phone. I ain't got a hot tub on here.
Yeah. Hey, I want like something like the Las Vegas Club in the back. You know, the Raiders got the club going on in the back. Like, I need something like that, man.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's just cool though, like to see that that's going to be something. Because I mean, you think of Little Caesars Arena, for example, and how a lot of people go down to like the Raymond clubs and they hang out and they're watching the game, but they're just chilling casually at the same time. That could be a cool opportunity to where when you're at a game, I mean, obviously you're there to support the team, in this case the Lions, but if it's a boring game, you could just go down to the sports book and have some fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep, a good place to keep up on your fantasy teams too while you're there.
Exactly. Imagine if your team's getting blown out and you could just go hop in the hot tub. Like, I mean, that's the life right there, man. That's
man,
life.
Especially at Jacksonville too. Like I was at that. I went to a game one time there and saw it, and I was like, "What is it? Just a whole bunch of bad chicks in bikinis out there."
Yep, that's it. They stocked the pond. They literally stocked the pond. So yeah, sports books are coming to in-arena viewing, and it's going to be a thing of the future. Don't know when Detroit is going to make that happen, but when they do, I'm sure it'll be packed full of people. And you know, if the game's bad, like you said, go to the sports book. It's not so bad.
Why not?
We'll hold on, Fish. We're going to come back with Fish's facts right here on Woodward Sports. We'll be right back.
Is it time?
Yeah, it is.
Fish!
Go fish.
Fish facts.
So you can sit there.
All right, Mr. Fish, it's that time of the morning. You regale us with your facts. What kind of facts you got for us today?
I try to. We start with a video today. We go out to Australia. They had Monday Night Football yesterday. You guys love football on Monday night?
Sure.
All right, well, we had Monday Night Football last night. The game, by the way, was delayed 29 minutes due to lightning.
Oh, wow.
But this was, I believe, after that. This was after the lightning delay. They came out and they scored. It wasn't a full crowd there because people left after lightning, but it was a full crowd when the game was going on. I love Monday Night Football. Season's almost over, though. We go to the facts, and we have NBA. I talked about earlier, they're just handing out $200 million contracts. Well, here they are. Giannis, Steph, he has two of them. Harden, Russ, Gobert, Trey, and now Luka Doncic. And that's the 75-year logo, by the way, for the NBA. If any of you did not see it, do you like the logo?
I'm not crazy over it.
All right, and speaking of Luka Doncic, after becoming the youngest NBA player in history to score 35-plus points per game in a single postseason, Luka Doncic becomes the youngest player in NBA history to receive a $200 million contract. He is 22. He will turn 23 in February of 2022.
Good Lord. Imagine being 22 with a $200 million contract.
It's crazy because the NBA tries to incentivize these guys to stay longer for this money, and he got his first contract up. Like, hey, credit to Luka, man. Get that bag.
If any of you were watching baseball yesterday, you certainly were enjoying the Yankees-Royals game yesterday. First game in NBA history where both teams scored in the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th inning.
Wow. Maz was loving that.
Maz was loving that as a Yankees fan. And I enjoy games that have scoring. You guys enjoy high scoring or low scoring?
I like both. Yeah, I like pitchers' duels, but I also like home run derbies.
Speaking of Maz, today is the 10th of August, but speaking of Maz, 1888, New York Giant pitcher Tim Keefe set the 19-game record winning streak.
Nice. That's a long time.
Yes.
Was he there in person?
I will ask him when he comes back, whenever he comes back, but I think he was at the game. I'm assuming he was in row 5, section 2, possibly. 1934, Babe Ruth announces this is his final season as a full-time player.
Oh. All right.
He also, with Ohtani, when we talk about Ohtani, he has all the pitching stats along with that. And then, you guys ever been to a long baseball game?
Yes.
All right, well, this game in 1977, Phillies Expos doubleheader finishes at 3:23 a.m.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
How many people stayed for that?
Well, it was a doubleheader, so
okay.
I don't know. We have a lot of birthdays today. Number 1, I didn't know this guy was in Michigan, by the way. Gus Johnson, 1967. It's his birthday. He's a Detroit, Michigan guy. Did you know that?
Yeah, great voice on Gus Johnson.
He does have a great voice.
Great birthday.
It is his birthday, too, by the way. Happy birthday to him. And you guys like Kylie Jenner?
Sure.
Well, it's her birthday today.
All
so
right.
happy birthday to her.
I'm more of a Kendall fan, but all right. Kylie's just too fake.
Well, that's
I'm
your
not getting
opinion.
into this conversation. They're fine.
Ja Morant, it is his birthday today. And, of course, someone who you guys loved for the Pistons is his birthday today.
Who?
Andre Drummond.
Oh, all right.
Happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday, Andre
How old
Drummond.
is that dude? Do you know?
He is 28.
God.
And he is from Mount Vernon, New York.
All right.
And he's still trash.
That's why I went to Georgetown.
By the way, he got traded, right? Is he still on the Lakers?
He's on the 76ers.
76ers,
Signed
okay.
with the Sixers,
Yeah.
With his boy Joel.
Yep.
His dad, Joel.
So he went from the
Daddy.
Pistons to the Lakers. He lasted not even 6 months, and then back to, well, not back to,
Yeah.
we went to the 76ers. So those are the facts. We'll be back tomorrow for Wednesday.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Fish, for your facts. And, Joey, we have a guest in studio right now.
Man, we got a big event this weekend. You probably have heard of it because it was huge at the Canterbury Village in Lake Orion, and it got so big that they had to get a new location. Now they're going to be inside of Springfield Oaks County Park in Oakland County. We welcome John from Michigan Taco Fest.
Hey, what's up, John?
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Appreciate you having me in this morning.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. So tell us a little bit about Michigan Taco Fest.
It's exactly what you would think. We have assembled 30 of probably the top taco vendors in Michigan to be at this festival, and we went far and wide. We've got all the great food trucks out of Southwest Detroit, and any kind of taco you can think of. You want a chicken taco, you want a steak taco, fish taco, if you're a vegetarian, whatever you're looking for, you can find it at Taco Fest this weekend.
And I'm looking through a list of all the things. It says, first off, it starts with 3 days of tacos. Does life get any better than that, guys?
Right? No.
But then
That's
on
the
top
best.
of that, they got strolling mariachi bands, a hot pepper eating contest. That's something that our network would love so much. Art, we got to get him out there. But the cutest Chihuahua contest is what wins me over. And honestly, that's got to be something that I come out there to judge because I love Chihuahuas so much that this event is just going to be a great time. And we see in the camera shot of you, John, whole bunch of tequila and tacos in the background right there.
Indeed. I don't know if you guys are hungry or thirsty this morning, but we got some great stuff for you to try. I've whipped up a quick margarita for you. You guys might know that margaritas are the top-selling cocktail in bars across the country. So
I did not know that.
I didn't
plenty
really.
of margaritas this weekend. We're featuring over 45 different tequilas. We have about 12 different signature cocktails lined up. In addition to all the great tacos. And then this morning I brought you guys some tacos from Smoke Ring Barbecue. Doesn't necessarily scream taqueria, right? But Smoke Ring has been voted consistently the top food truck in Metro Detroit for years.
Nice.
And I don't know if you guys can smell this from over here, but it's making me hungry.
I smelled it the minute you brought it in, right, man?
I'm currently sweating at the moment. I am so excited.
So, yeah, but it seems to set up a debate. Is a taco a sandwich?
Sandwich.
A sandwich? I mean, what is...
Someone called that a sandwich?
Someone says, you just have that vessel to get all that great tasting ingredients in your mouth.
Sandwiches have 2 pieces of bread, though. That's my definition of a sandwich.
Sandwich, yeah.
I can see the argument, but no, you got to go. It's a taco. We'll just leave it as it is.
Right.
So how did this all start?
Well, we've been producing events around Metro Detroit for quite some time. We did Rib Fest for quite a few years, and tacos are the #1 selling cuisine in the United States. Tequila is growing in popularity every single day, so we married the two of them together. And
Is tacos above pizza?
I believe so.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. That's what I love most about this event is it's just tacos, and there hasn't been events for so long that I'm glad to see you guys back in action. So MichiganTacoFest.com. Tickets are only $7, so go get your ticket right now and just check out this awesome weekend because it's all about showcasing local vendors and local businesses, and like you said, a whole bunch of local food trucks that are going to be out there providing the tacos.
Bring your Chihuahua.
Yes. If you got a Chihuahua, what's the prize if they win cutest Chihuahua?
I'm not exactly sure. Probably bragging rights for a year.
You get an actual dog?
Yeah.
Do you brag? Do you get to brag if you got the cutest Chihuahua though?
Right.
Really?
You got to call out the ugly one too. Like, how does that work? You just leave them all alone.
Are all Chihuahuas ugly? Let's be honest. I just offended so many people.
So what kind of margaritas did you make? I see we got a couple different colors over there.
I brought you just a standard margarita for you guys to try, and then I brought you a cocktail to try that is really just tearing up America right now. It's called a ranch water. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a ranch water, but it
Sticks
is
like, I'll hear about it right now. Let me see what that thing's all about.
I would love to bring them over there and have you guys try them. But essentially, it's Casa Noble tequila with Topo Chico with lots of lime juice. And again, it is just a cocktail that is flying off shelves at bars everywhere right now. So we'll be serving up plenty of ranch water this weekend.
I feel like, I know tequila's been around forever and it's always been a fun shot to do, but I feel like now it's becoming like the drink to go to. Like everybody's drinking tequila.
You're absolutely right. I mean, the segment is growing. There's new products coming out all the time. And people are kind of turning away from vodka, which is, odorless and tasteless, and they want a little more flavor with what they're drinking. And that's why you see tequilas gaining in popularity along with whiskeys and bourbons.
Yeah, I'm a whiskey guy, that's for sure. We got people already in the chat right now. Love tacos, love tequila. I'm so there. So
Excellent.
It'll be a fun event. How many people are you expecting at this event?
The weather looks like it's just going to be an amazing weekend. 80 degrees, sunny, no rain. So, I think last time we were able to produce the event, we hosted close to 30,000 people. So,
they were too big for Canterbury Village.
Yeah.
Whoa.
A lot of taco lovers, man.
Indeed. It's a great event. Again, there's something for everyone at this event.
30,000 people?
Yes, over 3 days.
Oh my God! No, that's an amazing number for an event like this. Honestly, you guys should be very proud. And
well, thank
obviously, you put out a great product, or 30,000 people wouldn't be showing up to it. So that's amazing that you're doing that many people.
Yes. So
MichiganTacoFest.com. Get those tickets. Only $7. John, thank you so much. Could we at least showcase those tacos on the camera? Like, hold them up to that camera right there.
Do your Vanna White.
Look at that.
Oh my God. Ooh, Smoke Ring Barbecue.
And shout out to Smoke Ring Barbecue Food Truck. That is awesome. And you said how many food trucks will be out there?
On any given day, we'll have about 30.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I didn't even know there was that many taco food trucs.
There's probably over 100 in Michigan.
Wow. That is crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to a food truck rally on, what was it, like 2 or 3 years ago downtown. And it was like heaven.
Oh,
honestly, you just hop from truck to truck to truck, trying each one's specialty, and it's a fat kid's dream. Love it, love it. So have good luck this weekend. Like you said, weather is probably half the battle.
Yep.
You guys got that down. It's going to be a hot weekend, so lots of beverages are going to get drank. Joey, are you going out?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my sombrero out there. Gotta support this event.
We'll get you in that hot pepper eating contest.
There you go.
No, I was thinking about that Chihuahua. The Chihuahua contest.
You're just gonna go. Look, we should see if Detroit Dog Rescue has a Chihuahua and bring it in.
Do roll deep with like 4 Chihuahuas.
4 Chihuahuas from Detroit Dog Rescue.
That'd be amazing.
One's got to be cute.
Rig the contest.
Well, thank you, John, for coming in. And
Thanks
we look
for
forward to
having
this weekend. MichiganTacoFest.com.
And Joey, you want to do Dumbass of the Day?
Yeah, I got to get into this one because I got a really good one. ESPN's Antoinetta Collins accidentally letting the N-word slip while calling an Albert Pujols home run highlight. Obviously, play this video without any sound because we don't want to play that word on our network, but just a complete idiot because anytime you have a slip up with a word like that, it obviously means that word is in your vocabulary.
What word was she trying to use?
So the word was,
Dinger.
Dinger.
Right?
Yeah, so the word was supposed to be dinger, and she obviously said the N-word instead of that.
How does that even, they're like completely different words.
I don't know, but that's the second time this week because there was also a case of a dude getting kicked out of the game for calling the mascot. The mascot of this team is called Dinger, and he was like waving, trying to get his attention, and somebody said that he was being racist, and he got kicked out, and then they had to go do, they found the tape, they found the audio, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
What's up, Fish?
the Rockets fan denies it. Or the Rockets team said the fans deny it.
Yeah, well, they went back and saw the video and all that, and the guy is trying to beckon the mascot. So, yeah, that word is very tricky, but also it's not that tricky.
There's also a D in front of it.
Yeah, you could say he hits a dinger. That's
right.
It doesn't come off as racist at all. So, yeah, be very careful. Well, that is your dumbass of the day?
That is my dumbass of the day.
Deservingly so.
Yeah, deservingly
Complete idiot.
so. Well, thank you guys for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show this morning. We will be back on tomorrow morning, 8 to 11. Coming up next, 11 to 1, Neil Rule and Joik Bell will be on. And then 3 to 5, myself and Easy will be holding it down because come Thursday, that's when the lineup change happens. We're talking Joik Bell, Darren McCarty, Neil Rule on from 11 to 1, and then Braylon Edwards and Ryan Armani on from 2 to 4. So thank you guys for being a part of the Woodward Sports Network. Have a great Tuesday.